comments during that were incredible.
Yeah, I saw like a screenshot where everybody was just like, lower the prices, lower the prices, lower the prices.
I mean, I agree with
God
him.
bless the soldiers on the front line, you know?
Doing God's work.
I understand why they're upset. I get it.
I do too.
I don't want to spend more money. It's
like
me.
it's inflation,
I'm the problem.
man. I don't. Yeah.
I think it's just if Nintendo's going to start doing like dynamic pricing for all their games, they just need to tell us. But that's the thing; they don't say.
That's the thing.
They don't say shit.
People would be mad, and they didn't do it in the presentation. If they were in the presentation being like, "Guess what? It's a Switch 2. You got all this new tech. Surprise! It's $80." I would be like, "All right." I wouldn't feel any differently than I feel about it now.
Yeah.
But if they were transparent and they weren't fucking pussies, excuse my language. I mean, this is a recording.
No, you're right. No, you're right.
If they weren't hiding from the reality, and they were like, "Oh, by the way, it's like $80." Like they knew it was. They knew we'd be pissed. They knew the community would be pissed about it, and they hit it anyways.
I mean,
Right,
it's telling they didn't put the price of the console
Yeah.
in the direct.
Yeah.
That was like when it ended. I'm like, why didn't they tell us how much it costs?
Yeah, they should have just been transparent, man.
The console
And the
price
price
isn't
is-
bad. $450 is fine.
Yeah. I expected
it's
it to
about
be
what I
$450.
expected.
Yeah, I
it
knew
was
it was gonna
roughly
be
what I
there.
thought it would be too.
How much was the original Switch? It was
300.
It was 300.
Oh,
It was 300. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Well, to be
Okay.
fair, Nintendo for that generation and like going back to like the Wii were the cheaper alternative. So they were like, "Oh, we'll offer it at a cheaper price than the other guys." So, you guys can have us along with them. Like the whole idea with the Wii was that like, "Oh, we'll be your secondary console. Like we can't pull you from 360 or PS3, but you can just have one of us with you and it'll be cheap enough to where it makes sense." But Nintendo's now like, "Oh, we don't have to do that because we have fuck you money. We can just get a FromSoft game until you just pay $80 for it on here. It's going to be $80, I guarantee it."
They're right.
Yeah, it's just
and they're right because millions of people are going to buy it.
It's just worse that we have to figure all this stuff out on our own, and that's what's given me a whole sour feeling about the whole thing. It's just like
and the lack of sales, the fact they don't discount their games, is I think what pisses people off more.
Yeah.
Right, like I still keep going to the store, and I keep looking at Tears of the Kingdom, and it's just like, oh, still $70. God damn it!
Yeah.
And if you want the Switch 2 upgrade, it's going to be $80.
Which is messed up. Yeah, I literally have been putting off Kirby in the Forgotten Land for forever. It's just been on my backlog, and it's been like one of the games that I've wanted to play that I just never had the chance to really drive towards and actually like play the shit out of. And then now I'm like, well, it's got all this new content. Why wouldn't I just pay the $80 for the upgrade, right? Like, I mean,
well, do you have the NSO expansion?
Well, the upgrade is like $10, isn't it?
I see. That's the thing is that I
think they're going to be 20. They haven't said yet.
Because Kirby is $70, isn't it?
Kirby is 60.
Oh. Is it 60? Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, Kirby is 60, and I think some people are assuming the upgrades are going to be 20 because then people don't just buy the Switch 1 version and then get the upgrade to try to save some money. It'll be the same regardless. But if they're going to be free on the NSO expansion, then you might as well just buy that so you get the upgrade then.
Yeah.
By the way, I like how all of us have like really stupid, not at all like good titles, and then Nomad over there is just like, this is actual podcast.
It's hilarious.
Always be plugging.
I just noticed that, and I'm like, shit, I got to come up with something funny.
I did that too.
Always
Mine
be
said
plugging.
gaming together before, and I had to change it.
Let's see here.
Mine feels fitting.
I'm not changing
This is
mine.
the WeCast. Hello.
Welcome to Super Pod Saga, a Nintendo-only podcast. We talk about nothing but Nintendo at the Super Pod Saga. Welcome, everybody.
We have famed Nintendo lover Nave over here.
Yeah, renowned Nintendo aficionado Nave Jackson.
Which is hilarious because I've been Nintendo's strongest soldier the last few days. Like I'm actually out there on the front lines fighting the fight. Yeah.
Don't sim for these corporations,
here's what happened.
dog.
All fucking day on Threads.
Don't sim for them.
Nintendo
I spent
Co.
all day on Threads with this
Ltd's
shit.
representative, they reached out to the West. They reached out to the States. And who did they contact first? They contacted Nave, and they said, Nave, everybody's going to be
CEO of
really
Xbox.
upset about the price increases, so I need you to do the groundwork. We need boots
Someone
on the
who
ground.
has experience with price increases.
And so there
They
was...
said they came. Reggie Fils-Aimé came to my house, and he was like, "Nave, we need Tony Hawk on the Switch 2. Otherwise, it will be unsuccessful.
There may or may not have been a wire transfer involved. Who's to say?
Tony Hawk 2's already there. It's
He did
3
the
and
Mary
4.
Poppins
Because of me.
like, umbrella float over to your house.
Yeah.
Like, woo, 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 woo. Hello, Nave.
He
It's
gives you
me,
some
Reggie.
spaghetti and some gabagoo, and he's like, "Hey, can you like defend these $80 prices? That'd be fantastic.
That'd be great.
I need
Great.
you
I
out
would
there.
appreciate that
Full
name.
of that gabagool.
A gabagoo."
So yeah, I guess is Tommy not showing up? Has he said anything yet?
He's probably asleep, the bastard.
He's either
He sent me
asleep
a
or
message, but it
spending
was a
time
dick
with his
pic. I don't know if it was his or not.
Well,
50-50 chance.
maybe we'll hear from Tommy. Well, yeah, this is Nave. What is this? This is the Fantasy Superpod Fantasy Critic League quarterly roundup or something. You do it.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm
I mean, that's
talking
pretty.
about.
That was elegant.
Our
King
quarterly
Aaron
financials. So we're about to show us like the balance sheet and our return on
Yeah.
investments and take shareholder questions.
Yeah. So I got a little note thing here. We want to do the update for the rules and stuff. So we didn't talk about the rules very much in the first video. I'm assuming these videos are going to be like next to each other on the website, right? Or something like that.
Yeah, it'll be right underneath.
So we are the main thing is that we changed a little bit on the rules. So before we were going to do 2 games that were going to not count towards our end what is it, average score.
Yeah.
And now all 10 of our games are going to count, but we have 2 trades. And that's going to be important because turns out the trading was fun. And so everybody's been trading all fucking kinds of shit for the first fucking couple of months. And so, yeah, other than that, we're not using Fantasy Critic. So we brought that up a couple of times in the last video. I went and listened to it so I can make these notes. We're not using Fantasy Critic. That might confuse a bunch of people because a lot of people are using the Fantasy Critic. It's much too complicated for me. I'm literally checking Metacritic every day and updating every individual game, which is much easier than using the thing that does it.
I mean, I
Very
kind of
stat.
prefer this. I kind of prefer this because I'm in a Fantasy Critic in another Discord, and it's just like automated. It just kind of does it, so I'm not as invested because it just kind of happens, and I just kind of let it go.
I like seeing the
But with this,
picture
I'm more
updates.
invested because I like
Yeah.
Dave like putting
Yep.
in the work and like adding us, where he's like, "This thing happened," and I go, "Fucking hell!"
It makes me feel
Yeah.
better
South
when
of
he works
Midnight.
harder.
How dare you?
I'm
I'm playing
literally
it, so I don't
every
know.
day. I have a folder on my bookmarks bar, and I right click it, and I click open all in new window. And let me see how many are in there now. How many
Holy
games have
shit.
released? 17 windows, 17 Metacritics with 17 banner ads opening all at once. My computer cries.
Do
for
you
mercy
not
every
have
time.
ad blocker? What are you doing?
No. What do you think I am? Someone who fucking uses a computer normally all the time?
Yes,
I don't know.
yes, I do.
You're on one right now.
Hey, look, I'll
Yeah.
say this real quick while we're on this topic. All the work you're doing, Nave, bottom of my heart, appreciate
It's
it.
awesome.
Doing all the work, which is super awesome. But I will
Yeah.
say, anytime I see you put something in the chat where it's like, "Oh no, Matt, another -1 on that game,"
No, I'm becoming
to-
like.
I just
Like,
want
you
to
just-
say, Nave, you did it. I don't know if you can read backwards, but you did it.
Oh, I think it's normal. So very excited at the Switch
Yeah.
2 selling my PS5 and going back to one console. We're out here, man.
You fucking
I'm selling
You fucking
units,
did it.
man. I'm moving
Your
units.
lobbying for Nintendo Co. Ltd. worked.
Nantanda.
Nintendo.
All I saw was a woman in a dress. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure what I was looking at.
But no, it's so funny that like nobody's just like, "Oh, I'm having a bad day," and then you get added on Discord and you're like, "Oh, what's up?" And then Nave's like, "Oh, you're down on the list," and you're like, "My bad day has gotten worse."
there was one day, like I looked at it at work and I was just like, literally, "Son of a bitch!" And someone looked over like, "Dude, you okay?" And I'm like, "It's just
No.
you don't know Nave, but he's kind of an ass right now."
Dog.
No, you don't look at them. You're just staring at your phone. You just go, "No, I'm not okay."
If it makes you feel any better, there's no way your score could ever drop below mine because I apparently picked total ass.
Well,
Phantom Brave and Trails
the
2.
problem is you picked all of like the niche games that aren't going
I
to get super
know.
high scores. But my guess is you're going to play them and love them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
it's
picked
kind
this
of that
stupidly.
thing.
I picked from the heart instead of
Hey,
the butt
I
or something. I don't know.
Hey, I got some from the heart picks, okay? So I understand. Like,
My first
who
pick
else
was
would
Doom
pick
Eternal.
fucking Leighton? I picked
Yeah.
Leighton.
Or fucking whatever.
Yeah.
But Leighton's
I'm-
like
Yeah.
it's gonna get good reviews.
hoping.
Though the people who play that
I
game
hope
love
so.
those games. I think.
I do love those
It's
games.
like-
yeah.
it's like
and
anybody-
it's coming to Switch too, which is very exciting.
Yeah, it's like anybody who plays Ace Attorney. Like they're gonna fucking gobble it up, and it's just
Yeah.
Ace Attorney all over again, and that's all that anybody ever wants.
The only thing I'm concerned about is it's the first one in a long time, and the people handling the puzzles. Like, originally there was one guy who handled all the puzzles, but he's passed away now, so they have like a team of people doing them now. So and from what we've seen of the game, it's very different from what we've seen before.
Yeah.
And I don't know if people are going to like that or if they're going to hate it. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's different.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Dog,
I'm gonna hate it.
I'm hoping Fatal Fury picks my
fucking
shit
100%
up.
that shit.
I want Fatal Fury. I'm calling it right now. It's gonna get at least a 90. 90 bottom line. Fatal Fury.
90.
Well, hey, you're getting your Delta Runes 3 and 4, so
Yeah, surprisingly.
in June.
didn't expect that, honestly.
Go on
Yeah,
without
it's-
me. I'm having weird technical
Did-
issues.
Well, did
Judge Dredd.
anybody else die laughing when you saw Silk Song in the sizzle reel for 3 seconds?
Yeah,
That was the funniest thing I ever
was
saw.
Like, I was literally sitting at my desk at work, and I was like literally watching it. Everybody was doing what they were supposed to be doing, and I'm literally just watching the direct recap
Yeah,
on my
of
phone
course.
because I was like, "Fuck,
Who needs work?"
Somebody's gonna take a game that I need. Fuck!" And then so I'm watching it, and all of a sudden, I see Silk Song playing. I I'm like, "What the fuck? They just put it in the sizzle reel for no goddamn reason. What are we
for 3
doing?
seconds.
What are we doing? It's 2025. Team Cherry hasn't said anything. Everybody in Team Cherry is dead. Nobody knows what's going on with that game.
There's 2 of them. There's just 2 of them, right?
Gone.
They had a car accident or something.
No, it's so
It's
funny.
just-
No,
it's
because
just
it was. I
footage
think.
they found.
I think it was a couple weeks ago. They said they're like, "Oh, it's coming out this year," and then they
Yeah.
just went back into the game.
They renewed. Apparently, I was paying attention to like whispers and stuff, and apparently they renewed the license for like or the trademark for Silk Song.
Someone
or
like
something that.
Steam,
on
yeah.
the Steam page, and so everybody was like, "Oh my god!" But it's like,
At this point, they're just going to shadow drop it. That's probably what they're doing.
you think so?
Oh,
But they announced
talk
the
about
first
it
one.
again,
They
they-
announced the first Hollow Knight, and they had a typical
But-
rollout, didn't it?
yeah, but we've been waiting so long for this game, or you guys have. I don't really give a shit.
Yeah.
So that when it finally drops, so when they have it ready, they're just going to be like, just fuck it, just put it out there.
My
So
theory
that
is
so
this
that
game
you
is
see it and it's like,
already
now go
ready.
play it.
This game's already
it's
ready,
ready?
is my theory.
I think it's closer than we think.
yeah.
Do you think? Okay, so here's the question though: do you think Keeley is gonna get his grubby little hands on it?
For Summer Game Fest? Maybe, I don't know. I could see it
It's
in the
too good
June
for him.
Xbox showcase because it's day one Game Pass.
Right.
And maybe Microsoft wants to be the one to
exact-
finally drop it in there.
exactly what I was
Game Pass?
thinking.
Is that a thing?
It is day one Game Pass, yes, because it was in the showcase for Neva. Was it 23 when they had Silk Song in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, for game,
Definitely.
yeah, and they're like day one with Game Pass, and it's like, all right,
Are we supposed to get an Xbox showcase at some point this summer?
June.
Like I
They always
imagine
do
they
it in
got to
June.
do it
Yeah, there is
with
one.
the handheld that's coming out. So you would imagine they would have that.
well, I
conversation
imagine.
and new
Well, I imagine
games.
with June they're
The
gonna
Xbox
they're gonna talk
box.
about the handheld.
The
They'll probably
handbox.
show more of the first party stuff.
They're gonna delay fucking Outer Worlds.
I don't see that getting delayed.
Oh, please.
I don't think so.
Yeah, no,
I genuinely don't think so. They already delayed Fable. So.
yeah. Weird.
I mean, I guess I do
Weird.
have 2 trades. I could totally trade that for something, but yeah.
There's nothing
Natural
left.
segue.
You might
That's the
need-
thing,
you
Aaron,
might
there's
need the
nothing
trade.
left out there. I've looked. Like nobody knows when the fuck
You
anything else
shut
is
your
gonna drop.
dirty mouth.
I'm
Borderlands
Shinobi-
4?
it's so
It's
Shinobi
because
comes out in August.
GTA 6. We don't know when
Nobody
GTA 6
knows-
is dropping, so nobody wants to date their games.
And it's like I'm sure there are games that have been planned that are like in the back burners that like nobody's announced or nobody's
Shinobi
talked
Art
about
of
yet.
Vengeance.
And the thing is
It's
that
coming in
nobody's
August.
saying shit because they're just waiting for Strauss Zelnick.
Why haven't you traded
to
for
stop
that, Aaron?
Jerking off in the corner and announce
gonna.
the date. And yeah,
I shouldn't have said
Yeah,
it. Somebody's gonna
once-
steal it now.
Yeah, once GTA says we're gonna release in like the middle of October, then everyone's gonna be like, finally, and then you're gonna see. Well, then you're gonna see release dates for games pop up like fucking mad.
okay.
Like
Fucking
everything's gonna
Aaron
be
is
like, okay, this time, this day, this day, this day.
I love how Aaron's like, I should have said something, and me and Thrack are just throwing games out there because we don't have trades left because we don't give a fuck anymore. So we're just.
I'm
fucking
just talking about
tossing all-
GTA 6.
My thing is that here's the real question, boys. And this has been on. I'm first of all, I'm fucking cooked. I'm done. We're not getting Mario. We're not getting 3D Mario this year. It's just not happening.
You got Mario Kart,
though.
don't you?
Yeah, I have Mario Kart, but I also have
Mario Kart's
3D
gonna do
Mario,
well.
and that was I fucking burned a game that could have actually gotten me points. We're not getting that this year. It's 100% confirmed. I'm not.
Is it 100% confirmed?
Well, listen.
It would be wild if it
It
wasn't.
would be insane. It's
That
like,
would be
okay,
funny.
legitimately, talk shit about the Switch 2 prices all you want. If they come out with 3D Donkey Kong and 3D Mario in the same year, and Kirby Air Riders and Mario Kart
Mario
World,
Kart,
this would
yeah.
literally be the most
Wow.
stacked launch that Nintendo has ever had. Like, legitimately,
don't-
I can't think of a better
Shit's
one.
happened.
I
Like,
don't
the
see
first-
3D Mario happening anytime soon.
Yeah, it's
the
not-
first
it's
year
not
of
happening this
Switch,
year.
what you saw fucking Breath of the Wild and fucking Mario Kart and fucking Splatoon and fucking Mario Odyssey, like that was a pretty stacked year too, man.
It would be
Breath
nice.
of the Wild, you mean a Wii U
It
port?
would be nice.
I mean,
It would be.
You
be
didn't
amazing.
play it on
But
Wii U,
I'm
Nave.
not opening
Yes,
my
I
heart
did.
up. I'm not
No,
opening
you
my heart
didn't.
up.
I haven't played it on the Switch. I promise. I haven't played it on the Switch.
just need-
I played it on the Wii U.
I need
Dave, can you
Atlas to
put-
announce a game. I need Atlas to
Can you
announce a
put the
game.
most
They
Right,
did
so-
Raidu remastered.
yeah,
Damn
the
it.
Raido
They're remastering
Kuzunoa.
that
Is
random
that-
ass PS2 game.
Are we gonna
Yeah.
allow it, Nave? I know you're a RGG fanboy. He's gone.
No remasters.
Damn it. Fuck.
Remasters.
I'm
yeah.
gonna no.
So,
Aaron,
so that
just because you
Raidu
said that, I'm
remaster
gonna take
Atlas announced. They can't throw
Xenoblade
that in there.
Chronicles X. That's my game that I'm swapping out my my 3D Mario.
It's already
Kart
out.
for.
No remasters.
It's
I
already
just-
out, though.
I just said that. Son of a bitch.
And he's picking a game that's been out for a few weeks.
Yeah, exactly. It's mine. It's mine, Aaron. Congratulations.
You see the Metacritic score
Fuck
now,
you.
and you're like,
Fuck
oh,
you.
I need
I'm
that.
taking Forza Horizon 5 on the PS5. That's what I'm
No,
taking.
fuck
Yes.
off. God damn it!
Oh, Dave, can you put the
If
most
that game
recent,
gets a 91 on
most
PS5 like it
recent,
does on series, I'm gonna be like,
graphic
God
in
damn it!
the Word doc?
I mean, it probably will. It's a good game.
Hold on.
Great game.
Yeah.
It should be. I think it's in the Discord channel. I just closed out Discord completely. I would have put it in there, but
Oops. The doc for the show.
yeah. Well,
No, the most recent thing. It's basically just like 3 days behind.
Oh.
But the 3 days were significant. I think.
yeah, they were.
Yeah. We were supposed to do this episode a week ago, listener or watcher.
but it's
Yeah.
all my fault.
See, I noticed for the 8th you put the BAFTA awards. Do games get announced at the BAFTA awards?
I googled it, and the AI on Google said sometimes, and so I was like,
Okay.
I trust it. I don't know.
Wait.
I mean,
where did you put
should
oh,
the
that
Summer
eight
Games,
ball,
Summer
the eight
Games
ball
Fest
was
is there,
like,
yeah.
Possibly.
Because like Summer Games Fest, Gamescom maybe, PAX maybe. I know Tokyo Game Show stuff gets announced.
Yeah.
but
Mhm.
that's not till later in the year.
We're jumping ahead though. Okay, we had a natural segue like 20 minutes ago, but it's gone. It's way long gone now. But so real quick, we're gonna run through the standings. If you want, Aaron, because you're the one hosting this, right? Can you pull up the Instagram, or does that matter? It doesn't really matter. We can talk about it and just not have the pictures pulled up.
No, I can pull it up. Keep
up
keep
them
going. I'll get it
pics.
pulled up. Do you mean to share my screen and shit?
Yeah, share your screen unless it's gonna crash your laptop.
We'll see.
The
Something we shouldn't see up there.
the icons, or not the icons, but like there are going to be some things that are out of date already because there were announcements, obviously, at the Switch. So we at the end of, if you go over to Superpod Network on Instagram, we post at the end of every month a write up and all like a bunch of pictures for each of us for all of our games and stuff. So we're recording this on the 3rd, so 3 days have passed. The Nintendo Direct has happened. We got some release dates. South of Midnight got its score, so Thrax's score is going to be dramatically different. Everyone else, sometimes games go up and down 1 or 2 points. So those little things that Aaron's going to pull up will be a little out of date, but it's not going to be that far. Ta-da!
Is it
Oh
going?
yeah, because I have another
there we
game
go.
dropping in a couple weeks.
Yeah, you do.
He really.
I think
He really hit it with Monster Hunter and Kingdom Come Deliverance. Honestly, those were
Yeah,
master
yeah.
craft.
I knew
picks.
Monster Hunter was gonna hit. I didn't think Kingdom Come was gonna hit
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah.
Here's good old Tommy. So Tommy's in first place right now with 85.3. He hasn't moved at all. Those games are staying where they're at. I'm pretty sure that those games are
Yeah,
solid.
yeah.
Monster Hunter's like slowly crawled down. Have you noticed that? It was like 90
Because it runs
before.
like shit. Well,
Yeah,
not like
interesting.
shit, but it
It runs
well,
real bad on PC.
I've heard many stories about. Well, I think it was Digital Foundry did a video, and they're like, it doesn't matter where you play it, it runs rough.
Really?
The primary
And the multiplayer
Metacritic.
is kind of fucked.
Yeah.
So the way the Metacritic works is each different platform has its own score, and whatever platform has the most scores is going to be the primary default one that you see. So I think the default is PS5. So 88 is the
Yeah.
PS5 score, and I'm sure if the port for the PC is bad, then it's gonna have like a way less way lesser score. Like, I'm pretty sure we were just talking about South of Midnight because I was just looking at it. The score for South of Midnight's like 2 points lower than the Xbox version on PC, but the Xbox version, that's where all the reviews are at. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, question for 33 Immortals, because that dropped in early access like a couple weeks ago. Does that count?
It doesn't
or
start getting scores on Metacritic, I think, until it becomes fully available.
Okay, I didn't
Yeah.
know if they did for early access games or not.
yeah, because I think Hades is in early access, and one of my games is in early access
Yes.
as well. So
I mean, I think Hades 2 is that dropping day one for Switch 2?
I think
Yes.
they
It
said
sounds
it
like
was.
it seems like it is. They didn't say it
Okay.
explicitly, but he's like coming to Switch 2. And
Which is like shocking.
yeah,
right?
and I mean
it
it's been in its
it came to
alpha
Switch day
for a
one.
long time. So
yeah. I mean,
But yeah,
Let's-
so there's Tommy in first place with 85.3. He's got only one trade left, so we'll talk about our trades later. But you can see the little Band-Aid if you want to. If the people watching want foreshadowing,
before
I put little Band-Aids on whatever we traded for.
I don't mean to interrupt you, Nave, but out of the four sports games that he has on his list, which do you guys think is going to be the lowest? Is it going to be 2K or is it Madden? Or is it FC?
2K. I think 2K gets
2K.
worse reviews
2K.
than Madden.
Yeah. Okay.
Madden.
Okay.
It's definitely not going to be college football.
Yeah,
'Cause
people
those
love those games.
Score
Yeah.
pretty high.
And FC tends to score pretty decently,
Yeah.
like overall.
They're just good games. Yeah, they're well
yeah,
put
it's
together.
just 2K and Madden famously have problems.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna
Quite
say
a
that
bit
I'm gonna say the soccer one is gonna tank because why is the 6 a different font than the rest of it?
because
That's
that's
really
Okay.
fun.
Oh my
Logo.
God, yeah,
For that
why?
one,
Yeah.
Why does it
That-
look like that?
that is not official art. There is no official box art for FC26.
There
you
isn't?
make that?
No. So the thing is, we'll do it for whenever we go to Nick's. He has new art, but if you look at our old pictures, I had random Mario Kart box art, like that, just someone that a fan made up. And then once it finally actually got box art, I threw the real shit in there. But
Okay.
yeah, that's some fake shit.
Interesting. You know, I should tell Tommy to swap one of those for NASCAR 25.
it's a good idea.
No, NASCAR
really.
is getting a new game this year, but it's being done by I think it's iRacing, and they tend to do like the real hardcore sim racers that people really like on PC.
I would.
So it looks like it's going to be really good.
Yeah, I would literally gamble, and I would trade FC26 for 3D Mario on the Nintendo Switch 2.
I don't think we're getting
I would
3D
take that
Mario
gamble.
this year.
I'll take that. I'll take that
Okay.
bet.
Because with DK Bonanza, I'm just like that's what they've been working on for the last couple of
Yeah.
years. So they're probably working on the
That's
new
a
3D
that's a
Mario,
guaranteed banger.
but that's like at least 2 to 3 years.
Well,
out.
and that's another thing too, is that the way that they've been doing the Switch cadence is that they've had like one tentpole title and then multiple
Yes.
other like B tier first party Nintendo titles coming out through the year. So they have one to kind of prop up, the year to keep those generations going, to keep those units flowing. And so that's another reason why it's like DK is going to be the driver in the middle of the year to kind of ignite
yeah.
and encourage other people to buy up the other products for the
Yeah.
Switch too. So, yeah.
So does this mean Prime 4 is going to be the holiday title?
I think I think I was looking at
I
my
think
friend
it's gonna be
Tony TBG. I've done
Pokemon,
some work with
possibly?
him, but I think he said he was
Yeah,
looking
I
at
could
it for
see.
like September, like a fall type.
September feels
Yeah.
right for that. Yeah.
That's what I'm
Pokemon
hoping.
usually comes
But
out. in the
I
fall.
think they don't want
Pokemon's
to
usually,
release
like,
it
November.
but I think they don't want to release it the same week as GTA 6, so they're waiting
Yeah,
because it'll
They
get
don't even
swallowed
know when
up.
GTA 6 is coming out. They're like, hold.
I
And then they
think
see
For like June.
I think
they're like,
no. The thing is, I think
July.
the funny thing is, I think
Switch.
I think Rockstar genuinely. I think they have a rough idea, but they just want to. I think they want to get the game done before they put a firm date on it.
yeah,
So,
that's fair.
but it's probably about done.
All right. So in second place, old Navsky, that guy. Everybody loves him.
Look at you hit hard with fucking Split Fiction, man. You called that one.
That was wild. Yeah. Everyone thought it was a joke when I said that was going to be a 90, and I thought I was overshooting it a little bit. But
Well, the
look at
thing
that.
is, I barely have played. Was it Joseph Fares, like his games? Like I played A Way Out, which was fine. I played Brothers Tales of Two Sons a long time ago, which was fine. I've actually started playing It Takes Two with Exit Tony. And that's a really good game.
Yeah.
We've been
yeah.
having a blast playing it. So
Yeah, my
I'm
wife
like,
and I are playing it.
So if Split Fiction is a better version of It Takes Two, then I see why.
I think it's
Yeah.
way better personally in terms of like
Okay.
what
Yeah.
they do. It's just
so good.
it's more
Hell yeah.
accessible. I will say that it's probably like the difficulty ramp is a bit more. I would say. I wonder if you agree,
Interesting.
Nomad, but it's like Nave and I are constantly asking ourselves like, for boyfriends and husbands, like with girlfriends who don't know what the fuck they're doing. How would they get past this section? There's like bullet hell sequences and like 3D to 2D transitions.
cool.
Like there's cool shit, man.
Dude, it's so good.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing. My wife and I, we put a couple hours into it now, but yeah, the difficulty, it's not like super hard, but my wife, and she probably hear me from the other room, but she's not a gamer, right?
Mm-hmm.
But she's good. She picks up on things pretty well.
What the fuck did you do something?
Exactly.
Of course I'm a gamer. I am a gamer, you bitch.
Frying pan comes flying.
But no, we're going through some of these awesome action set pieces and stuff, and it's just like, and she does really well, and we've never gotten to a point where we've been stuck or anything, or that typical like I'm the husband waiting on the platform while she's trying to jump the platform. You know what I mean? We haven't had any of that yet. But
That's why I play games with my son.
Yeah, but
Just so you can feel good. Just like
No, it's because he wants me to play games with him, and then I'm just, I do my thing, and he's waiting, and then he gets mad, and like, let's play something else. I'm like,
Yes.
Look at this cool texture over here, though. This is cool.
No, so far, we haven't run into much of that stuff, which is great. But yeah, this is the one game when I saw the 91, I instantly got pissed because I knew Nave got this awesome game on the. But at the same time, I'm so happy this game did so well.
Yeah.
Like these people put their heart and soul in it.
oh yeah.
The score on there is 85. I'm 84.6 right now because Altair Yumiya dropped to 80 again. This game is fluctuating between 80 and 81 every couple of days, so I'm just like updating it over and over again.
You
Usually
let
a
us
couple of
know
games like
where
that.
every point's going.
How many critics are reviewing Altair Yumiya? How many out there? How many outlets are actually reviewing these games?
It's like 20.
Nick, there's a lot of gooners out there.
Oh no!
Oh, yeah.
You're
Is
right.
this a
You're right.
gooner? Is this a gooner game?
I mean,
I have no
A
idea.
little bit. It's like more
Yeah.
wholesome, but there are beautiful anime women in this game for sure. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I know Ryza has the thighs. So.
Okay. You might
So,
have sold
the
me, Greg.
thighs.
I'm gonna buy it, man, for sure, for real. There's not a whole lot to put. So we got like a couple of like sections here where we'll go more into detail, but you can see that I don't have my trades anymore.
Yep.
Obviously, since this is just the first quarter, I used them both already in the first quarter. So, but we'll talk about those a little bit later.
My 3D Mario is your Judas.
I don't want to fucking talk about it.
Judas.
All right, there we go. Number 30, third place, bronze medalist Nick with 82.3. Is that what it says on there? Yeah. And one trade. Well, we got to get a good look at this for everything.
You got two big games on there with GTA 6 and Death Stranding 2, and Mario Kart World.
Yeah.
I mean, Elden
Yeah,
Ring
you
Night
see
Rain
that-
too. So I mean, it could hit or miss. I could easily see Elden Ring slipping to like the mid 80s, but I fully expected to do upper 80s because people just glaze Miyazaki so hard. So it's gonna be one of those where it's gonna be boosted. But I mean, just
I'm surprised Shadows is an 81. I thought it would have been like an 83, 84 because people were wanting the Japanese AC for a long time.
Yeah, I think it might be too much more of a. I don't know. I don't know. See, Shadows is such a weird thing because the equal amount of people that I've heard saying generalized negative things about it, I've heard generalized positive things as well. Like how much more thoughtful and like contemplative experience Shadows actually is. I mean, at the end of the day, it's still just an Ubisoft game, and I think that
It's Assassin's Creed. You know what you're in for.
Yeah, exactly. It's an Assassin's Creed game, and it's just people are burned out. They're just tired of it. It's just the same thing over and over, and that's fine. And it's just your chicken soup, and you're going to do the same thing over again. But
I mean, I do like these games, but
love
I've
me
been
some chicken
slowly working my way through them.
Thinking about that soup now.
I'm the canned soup aficionado. That's my
but
top.
yeah,
I think,
I'm really
I think it'd
hoping.
be totally safe to trade away Mario. To be honest,
You think it's safe? You think it's safe to trade it out?
just-
Yeah, I don't
just
think we're
wait
getting
to pull
3D
the
Mario
trigger
this
Well,
year.
my-
I
something
feel
that
fairly
sounds good.
confident
My thing,
in
that's
that.
what I'm saying is that like I'm gonna hold on to it until something like super like like kind of like okay, this is the one hit and I can snag it in the Discord server or whatever the case may be. But like the problem is that Firebreak, I'm more confident because they literally Remedy went.
There was a trailer for it the other day.
Yeah,
wasn't
there was a trailer for it, and they went in and did a little press circuit tour. They talked on a bunch of different podcasts and saw people, and basically were like, "It's coming out in the summer."
Yeah.
We get the press releases from Remedy, so every time
Really?
one comes out, I'm like, I know what's going on behind the scenes.
That's awesome.
I get there's like a little trailer they gave us,
Yeah.
like in case you want to talk about it.
Yeah.
I'm like we're not
Nice.
gonna. I don't know why we get your emails, but Philip's out there grinding.
Philip does not care. He doesn't. If it's not a 2D poly, retro game, he's not playing.
it's not
Anyway,
Bubble Bobble or
if
whatever.
it's not Bubble Bobble or Peggle, he doesn't give a fuck. But yeah,
you,
Rematch,
Phil.
I think, is another one. Like, I mean, I trust Absolver because of how good Sifu was. I don't think Sifu did like crazy well, but a rematch could be one of those like new. I mean, it could be as much of a splash in the pan as Rocket League was, but I don't know.
Sifu's at an 81.
Yeah, so I mean,
That's pretty good.
Solid, but this is I worry about rematch a lot because of the multiplayer aspect and the multiplayer functionality. And it's like, I mean, I don't even know where Marvel Rivals landed last year in terms of the critical reception. I know people like really liked that game because it was new, but then they hated it because of the same reasons why people hate any 5v5 shooter.
Well, like any multiplayer game that you play all the time, I think you see the negatives clearly more the longer you play it. So, and Marvel Rivals right now is at a 74.
Yeah, there you go. So it's like, I mean, that's the thing is that rematch, it could hit, and then like the reviews could keep rolling out, and that's one of those where I expect the reviews on Metacritic to trickle out slowly because people aren't just gonna like rush to review it.
Well, and also with multiplayer games, you'll have it to where, say, publications will review it like before it comes out or right when it comes out, or they'll do it before when the servers aren't even up. Yeah. So then they do an addendum, like say 6 months down the road, where they're like, "Oh, we've been playing this with people, so we have a better idea for the good and the bad."
Yeah, but I'm cooked basically because I don't get my 3D Mario. So,
I mean, hey, if GTA 6 hits like everyone's thinking, you'll be just fine.
Yeah. I'm crossing my fingers, man.
Next slide.
$100.
Next slide.
Look at you,
my boy.
Oh man,
boy.
God damn it.
Oh man,
Pirate Yakuza fucked me, man. Fucked me so
Dude,
hard.
I didn't even remember that you got Ninja Gaiden 4 though.
Well, because when they did that little Xbox thing and they showed Ninja Gaiden 4 with Platinum, I'm like, I immediately was like, give me it, I want it. So jumped right on that.
So yeah, Thrak, your score has changed the most dramatically because there was a release between this picture and today. So you are at 80.6 now with neither of your trades.
Gross.
Many things
and you
have
switched
happened.
out 1943 for DK.
Bonanza. Yeah. The
Which,
Marvel game, like I was just like, I don't even know.
That
if
was
it's
a
gonna come out
really
this year.
smart fucking trade.
Yeah,
to be honest,
smart.
if Donkey Kong doesn't get a 90, I'll eat my hands off.
Aaron's gonna have crash out in the chat.
I will have a transplant monkey hands onto me.
And my highest rated game wasn't even necessarily for me. It was because friend of mine in the Discord, Jelly, she's a big 2 Point fan. So I was like, I should do that one because they've been trending upwards, and she's a big fan. Yeah. So she kind of saved me.
I mean, you got it.
One.
You got it. Yeah, that 85 is solid.
Yeah, that's a solid score for that. I haven't played any of them though.
And I'm sure Revenge of the Savage Planet. That's because just the original Savage Planet.
I've been wanting to play
was
more Journey because
really
Journey's
good.
really good. Yeah,
it's really fun and fucking stupid. And I'm sure Revenge is gonna capitalize way more on that.
Yeah. The one I'm gonna be most curious to its review score is gonna be Shantae.
That's what I'm curious about. Where do you think it's gonna land?
That's so tough.
82.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's no higher than 83 is where I had.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't see it going higher than mid 80s at the most. I just can't.
Yeah, solid but never spectacular.
I mean, they're good. They're good games, but they're not like the games the critics want. You know what I mean?
That's exactly it. Yep.
Yeah. The highest rated one is Risky's Revenge at an 85. So there you go.
Oh man, and that was how long ago did that one come out?
That's
like
the DS one from 2010.
Okay.
Yeah, like Seven Sirens got 79, and I'm like, that game is better than the 79. But
shit,
what do I know?
But Professor Layton is going to do really fucking well. I mean, I know people hated
Mafia is going to be an interesting one too, because I'm genuinely looking forward to that game. So, and I know Mafia 3, people tend not to like that one, but I think it's a pretty good game. But Old Country it feels like it's going to be its own kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Next slide.
Fifth place. Nomad.
Nomad.
Damn it.
Shit.
Dude, Adam Fall screws you,
bro.
man.
And I kind of knew that might have been the case. Like we probably talked about it, but that was probably one of the more gambly ones I chose. Like it had that potential to really be something great. They just didn't quite stick the landing, and the critics, it's fine. I risked it and I lost.
The thing is that I'm seeing a lot of people enjoying this game, actually.
Which is agitating in like the wrong ways, kind of. Like at the end of the day, all this aside, I'm glad people are enjoying this game, which is great. But it's like I can't remember what Avowed came out to, but same
80.
idea. Yeah, so same idea. I've heard so many people talk about how amazing this game is, and people just can't fucking put it down. But 80, I'm surprised it got that high.
I've seen some mixed on Avowed from like the people who've been playing it as well.
Right.
Fuck them. They're wrong.
But yeah,
It's good.
But I think Adamfall is probably one of those games you look at the Steam reviews and they're really high, and then you look at the critic reviews and they're kind of in the middle. It's kind of one of those games.
Yeah.
And Civ 7, man, oof.
Yeah, Civ 7
I
is
know
crazy.
you were confident on that one, but
And I think when I think back to where my mentality was, it's like, okay, every civilization up to this point has been, I think, averaged around like 85, 86, something along those lines.
Yeah.
You would think, but
I think one of them hit the 90s, didn't it?
yeah, at least
I think
one of them
like
did.
3 or something.
But I think the problem is because they did it almost as good as all the other ones. I think now people are clamoring for something a little different, a new feature, something. And since we got what we've always gotten, I think this time the critics were finally like, all right.
I think they did add some different stuff to this one, and people didn't like it.
Oh, really? Oh,
I think so.
well, fuck them harder then.
I mean,
God
I'm
damn it.
I'm not a big Civ guy, so I honestly don't know.
Yeah.
Tommy is. You'd have to ask Tommy.
Gotcha.
Well, we
But
can't.
yeah,
He's not here. His AI core
Yeah.
has crashed.
Well, he
Yeah,
did
that
leave
was
an
interesting.
excerpt in the Discord server. Do you boys want me to read it? Read it for the
No,
show?
yeah,
no,
you're
it's
our
later.
official-
It's later down.
Okay.
It's later down.
Okay.
I already got it in the notes.
But yeah, I felt like that was a surefire, so I was very disappointed there too. But and then Ender Magnolia too. I that one only makes me agitated because what was it? That was an 87 at some point. I could be misremembering.
And it slowly
84
crawled
is still
down.
fucking awesome.
Yeah.
No,
I
it's
guess
still
four
a
is a
pretty
great
solid
score.
score.
Yeah.
And then who is it? I don't know who is Edge Magazine giving this thing a 70.
Yeah.
They're
That was
edging you,
what
man.
dropped you for first place in January. Like, literally,
Holy shit.
they gave him a 70, so it dropped like 2 points, and then Nick got his first score on the last day. And I don't remember what game it was, but
It was,
I have it written in here.
Yeah, it was
Citizen Sleeper 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
But fine, it's fine. But I'm still fairly confident in most everything up here, and the reason I don't have any trades up here is, and we kind of talked about this a little earlier, I'm kind of waiting to see what's going to happen with GTA, because I'm of the belief that once they announce their release date, we're going to start getting release dates for others. That's when I think I might make a move. I'm just, I'm waiting.
Wise.
Yeah.
Oh, and we have like Summer Game Fest coming up,
Exactly.
June Xbox Showcase. We're probably going to get another Direct, probably around September as well.
I'm just
so
gonna have
you're
to
probably
call in
waiting.
fucking sick for all these reviews so I can get my trades where I need it. You know.
But Nomad,
no.
I think you waiting out the trades till later in the year could end up being the smarter move that pulls you ahead.
You're gonna have to
That's what
kick
I need to get. Nick needs to get like a stockbroker kind of person to like
Yes.
sit on all these presentations for you and to like beep you. It's like
I can
beep,
be like
beep.
I can be
And
like
it's just like,
Elon.
oh,
I can
shit.
get a shadow broker in the background, a shadow
Yeah.
player to play my to review or like watch my presentations. I'd ask
There you
Will
go.
to do it, but he hates me, so he won't.
You're gonna get
He would
really
lead
good at
you
Pillars of
astray.
Eternity too somehow.
Yeah, he would be like, "Oh, what's this new Hoyoverse game coming out?" There you go. That's the one.
Tamagotchi life. That's gonna pull you through.
Oh, womp
Oh,
womp.
poor
Right,
Aaron.
6th place.
Aaron,
3 points behind Nomad.
respectively, you're not that far behind because you only have 2 games out, and most of us have like 3 or more scores already on the board.
Yeah.
So like, if Mouse Detective hits, Slay the Spire 2, Pokemon Za, which I mean,
Pokemon soft, yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it
it's
looks
Zaza.
really good. It's like the most excited I've been for a Pokemon game ever.
Yeah.
Like I'm probably gonna buy it.
Also, people love Toby Fox, so Deltarune like could like fucking boost
Yeah.
you way up the rankings.
Yeah, I mean,
Deltarune
we've
did
been waiting
get
so
a release
long
date.
for it, though.
Yeah, this
Shadow
is
Labyrinth
the
looks
list.
so fucking hype.
Shadow Labyrinth that's a boomer bust. Like that game's gonna be like an 86 or like a 72.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna fall anywhere between. I really don't.
That's
Either way.
true.
It just has a boomer bust vibe. I'm gonna play it anyways. I don't really care, but yeah,
Yeah, that one's a day one purchase for me. But
yeah.
but this,
But I
this
think
whole-
I think ZA and Outer Worlds 2 could really help for you.
Yeah, the nice thing about your list, though, Aaron, at least from my perspective, you've got the most potential. But the thing
Yes.
about it is it can go way up or it can just
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Potential
But you still
both
have two
ways.
trades, so
Yeah.
keep
Yeah.
those in mind.
Right,
You
right.
and Nomad both are like sitting on those trades like nest eggs.
See, Aaron, we were on the same wavelength here. Patience.
I keep seeing every other week, Aaron is like, I think I'm gonna trade, and then he's like, never mind, and I'm just like, okay, stop fucking with me, because like you gotta mentally prepare. Every single time someone trades, I have to. You see those little hearts in the corner where Aaron's head is? I have to fucking swap one out for the black one. Then I have to change the fucking art for the one thing, and I gotta do it for the other one. Yeah. I gotta prepare mentally for all the work I'm about to have to do when I get off work.
I'm playing the world's smallest violin for you, Nick.
Oh, yes, it's self-inflicted.
Yeah, man. Depending on I've still got I think I might trade Ratatan because I don't see that getting above an 80. I don't think anyway.
Yeah, that might be one to trade.
The Patapon games, I think those are probably sitting at like around 80, maybe like 84, 85. So Ratatan, I think if anything, I might trade that for something later on, but I'm
saying Mouse PI for Hire might end up being a trade because it hasn't been dated yet. And that might be a game that falls to next year.
There's a lot of games that haven't been dated yet on.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Oh man, Slay the Spire is still in early access, isn't it? Or no?
No, it's gonna release into early access.
Oh shit!
That might be one you want to move out.
Yeah, that's a good one there. Like for me, Wolf Among Us 2, I've seen nobody talk about this thing. I can't even find anything online, even on the developer's website. So that's the one I'm gonna trade if I do.
My ring, Judas, dude. Right? Every day googling Judas news, and then I have to go.
Judas News.
It literally, I type in Judas News, and it shows me Bible verses, and I'm like, no, game. Nope. Judas News game. Google. Fuck. Why are you so useless? Now.
Wolf Among Us gives me Reddit articles from years ago, like, oh, I would think this game's still in development, and it's like dated 2023. It's like, son of a bitch.
The only thing I see about Wolf Among Us 2 is last year the company confirming they didn't cancel it.
Right, so
which is a good sign.
Which is great, and in the beginning when we made the list, I was confident, like, all right, this is the year for it, but I am becoming less and less confident.
Yeah.
All right, so that is the standings. We'll just do real quick the ladder movement. We already brought up this first point, but so Nomad was actually the first person to have a release, so he was first place for the majority of January.
Felt good for a minute.
Jesus Christ. Was when Nick sweeped in with Citizen Sleeper 2, and then after that, Tommy got an 88 on fucking whatever the fucking game is that no one knows, and
Monster Hunter.
He's fucking no, it was the other one, Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Oh yeah, Kingdom Come was early. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, and then he just rode that wave for fucking months. Like he's still in first place.
That one pissed me off. I'm like, really? That game got an 88? I'm sure it's a good game, but
you know what's hilarious is so Jono from the Elder Trolls is doing the fantasy critic stuff over with the what is it, Game Duo?
Yeah.
Those guys are doing their own thing, and I was in his ear the whole time on that whole stream, just in his ear like, yeah, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, that's a good one. Yeah, do it. You know what I mean? 'Cause I don't care. I thought I was going to get like a 79. But I was like in the chat hyping him up. Like, I was like, don't sleep on Kingdom Come Deliverance. And then I ate shit. You know, I ate shit in the end.
You were worm tongue whispering in King Theoden's ear the entire time.
Ooh, I don't know what any of that means.
I don't either.
That's unfortunate for both of you.
That is unfortunate.
It's a Lord of the Rings reference. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. Get on our level, dude.
All right, so Tommy had almost the entire quarter in first place because of Kingdom Come 2, and then also Monster Hunter, which we knew was going to slap. And then I got first place when we mentioned this as well, whenever Split Fiction came out, because it was 91, and since that was the only game I had for the fucking 3 months, I had a 91 average for a little while, and then all of the other games dropped, and it obviously ripped me back down to reality, so very sad. Thanks all to your Yumiya.
You have Doom, and I think Doom's gonna hit. So
I'm so excited for it. Either way, if I don't even want to think about it getting like an 81 or something. I don't want to think about that.
Yeah.
I mean, the last two Dooms did really well.
Did they?
I think so too. Yeah. I mean, 85's at least minimum.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah.
Doom Eternal's at an 88, and then Doom 2016 is
it's interesting though, because like with Dark Ages, almost all of the previews had said, I think this is going to be a divisive game for like the Doom heads, like the hardcore Doom base. So
that's weird.
Curious.
It says Doom's at a 79, but it's like the Switch is at 79, but then the other consoles are like 85 to 87.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Switch
I mean, I think
Eternal's
I mean, I think Eternal's the better game, but like hearing people bitch about Eternal always like I'm like
It's
you guys
usually
didn't
the
like
ammo thing because people couldn't get good.
I've seen people complain about the platforming, and I'm like, it's not that bad.
Yeah, I don't know. That's
It's better than
a
Metroid
little
Prime.
Mm.
I don't know.
weird.
I
Is
love
there
Eternal.
platforming in Metroid Prime? Not thinking
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, it's just a Metroid game in first person. There's a lot of platforming.
Anyway, so we're going to talk about our trades now. I want us to talk about our mentalities here. So we did bring up the trades because obviously everyone can see them on the screen there. But we'll start with Nick because he got the very first trade. This is in chronological order. Obviously, I put the dates there, so I don't know why I said that. So Nick, way early on, mid-January, you had already switched out for Pathologic 2. What's going on in your head?
I can't remember if I drafted Pathologic 2 or Pathologic 3, but I think that's what I did. I think it was 3
3.
because 2 is already out, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But
my fault. This is a typo.
Yeah, no worries. But so for this one, I just it was my fault because like I have been listening to our friends' Discords, or rather our friends' podcasts, and I think Dave Jackson, Tales from the Backlog, had just recently reviewed Pathologic 2, and it sounds so fucking cool. And then I looked up a bunch of reviews for this game, and people made it sound like brutally difficult, but like interesting and morbid and like incredibly well written and well fleshed out. Like there's actual consequences in that game. So I was like, fuck, well, Pathologic 3's got to be great, but then I like looked into the Metacritic score, and it's like neither of the Pathologic games scored very well. Like the fucking goddamn those loser ass Jornos just couldn't get it together.
The
Yeah,
Jornos.
those fucking
Yeah, they couldn't
Jornos
jump over
with their
the
jorts.
first jump in the stupid.
So
thing.
anyway, I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna surely Nintendo is not gonna launch the Switch 2 without a Mario Kart, and I was right. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure on this day Mario Kart was revealed.
Was it?
I think for some reason
because
it was revealed.
it was the same day that they revealed like what the Switch 2 looks like. They didn't say anything about it. It was just that trailer.
It
we
was the
saw
day
Mario
they dropped
Kart
that.
in that. So I was like, okay.
Yeah, it was the day they dropped that video because all the leaks were getting out of control, and I think Nintendo wanted to shut everybody up.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Yeah, and they showed like 20 seconds of it, and there's like 3 million YouTube videos dissecting it frame by frame.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Like, it's gonna be like we're gonna go to a new place.
Donkey Kong has weird eyes now.
Yeah.
It's like the movie. It's like shut the
Mario
fuck up.
doesn't look the same. They're changing the architecture. Yeah, it was bullshit.
It's gonna
his
be like
hat
Forza
has more
Horizon,
textures.
and then everybody screamed and threw tomatoes at that guy. But then he was right.
He wasn't wrong.
It has
All
a
right.
bit of Outrun in it too.
Next up, 6 days later, Thrak, you swapped out Baby Steps for Ninja Gaiden 4.
Yes.
Why?
Well,
Why Baby Steps?
Well, Baby Steps is one of those games that I'm like, I'm not even sure if it's going to come out this year. Who knows? And it's an indie game, so you never know with like boom or bust stuff. But like Ninja Gaiden 4 looks fantastic. I know Platinum kind of needs the glow up because they've been people are worried about them right now. But that trailer for Ninja Gaiden 4 looked so good, and I got so hype off it. I started playing Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, so I'm like, I think this game's going to do well.
It's Team Ninja and fucking Platinum
Yeah.
together.
Platinum's doing
Shit.
the main development, but Team Ninja's like overseeing it basically.
Yeah, that's
It's a
gotta be
match
good.
made in heaven.
Yeah.
Oh, baby.
Because when Platinum first came about, people were like, "Oh, they should do a Ninja Gaiden game. That'd be fucking awesome." And it looks like a Platinum game, which is love it or hate it. I love them.
Yeah,
So.
the trailer for it at the very least, even that they had like a ton of like gameplay trailer in that Xbox Direct, and I was like, holy shit, this looks incredible. It's not even done yet.
It's day one Game Pass. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's published by Microsoft. So
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
funded.
cool
Microsoft
as fuck.
paid to, they funded to get it out there. So.
And I imagine
Fucking
whenever they
sick.
pull the trigger on something like that, they probably just send them a boatload of money and they say, just do it. Just do it. Make sure it
Dude,
comes out this
Platinum
year.
has been knocking on their door for a long
Yeah.
time. They're like,
Hey,
please.
bud.
Scalebound?
Sorry
Scalebound,
about
please?
Yeah.
Well, was it Kamiya? Now that he's like with Clover, somebody asked him about Scalebound. He's like, I'd still love to do it. And it's like,
Too bad
oh
he
man,
fucking
get
sucks.
Okami 2. Get
Fuck
Okami
Kamiya,
2 out.
dude.
Get
What a
Okami
fucking
2
cuck.
out the door before you start thinking about Scalebound, my guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks fucking awesome. Yeah, so that was revealed at the Xbox Dev, whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah, that was a good show. Everything looked great.
Yeah, I love those things because it's like super in detail. It doesn't matter. So the next two are mine. The first one on February 8th, I swapped out replaced with Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. This was tough because I have faith in every single one of my picks. I really, because I was in the mentality of we're not trading or anything whenever we were first making these. So
Yeah.
I was really thinking hard about what I was picking. And Replaces looked very good. Replace ended up getting delayed out of 2025, but I made this trade before that had happened, just because that was probably the shakiest one out of all of them, and I was right because it got delayed. The thing about this is this game actually it didn't get revealed at this time. There was a leak, and a trailer leaked that at first I didn't think was real, but I just had faith. You know what I mean? I knew someone was gonna want this.
Faith.
And so I swapped it in before it got revealed, because it got revealed like a month later or something like that, right? It was at I don't remember when it got revealed or something.
It got officially unveiled, I think, last year, but nobody knew the date for it. And so my guess is you probably jumped on when like the release date got leaked. And it seemed like it was getting like confirmed by like everybody. And then when they dropped that trailer, the date was in there, and we're like, "Yep."
Yeah. So I pulled the trigger on that, and then on the 25th of February, I traded Wu Chang for Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 remake, and this also got leaked. So, but the thing is it got leaked, then it got teased in Call of Duty, then a website came up, and it was like, literally, it had the Tony Hawk's logo, and it said 3-4, as in like fucking March 4th. But
yeah,
3-4,
March 4th when they,
right?
March 4th is when they announced it officially.
Yes, but I did this back in February, whenever it was like just speculation, and I didn't even know if it was going to release this year. But I was like, someone's gonna want this. I have to take this because this is a knave-ass game. Just like how Yakuza got taken from me, but I got Doom, Dark Ages, and Split Fiction. I'm getting my knave-ass games, even if I'm gonna eat shit for this. And then it ended up getting announced, the release date, 7/11. Is that July? I can't remember.
July 11th, yes.
I don't want to count on my fingers and look stupid.
That's a knave way. It's released on 7/11.
So
that's I don't know if we mentioned this for the listeners or our viewers, but we're not counting any remasters. Remakes are fine. No remasters.
Yeah, because both of Knave's trades are remakes.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right, so the next one is Tommy. Tommy is not here, but on the 3rd of whatever the third month is, he traded Fable for Wonderstop.
It's March. Yeah, well, and I think is that when they delayed Fable out of this year?
Yes, Fable was delayed after, because the reason why is because at the end of February, if you go on you don't have to, but on the Instagram, it was still delayed before Tommy had traded it. So
okay, because then they did that like
delayed on his
it was
thing.
like that Xbox podcast thing where they're like, Fable's going to be next year, so I'm going to put more time into it. But look at this footage of it; it looked great, but
yeah,
whatever.
Well, I'm happy that one of my ops got sniped. That's all I care about. I don't care about video games anymore, and I don't care about the well-being of the industry. I just want my ops dead. All right. The last one, Thrak. This is the last trade of the first quarter of 2025. This was yesterday, and we've been referencing this multiple times, but officially, Marvel 1943, which you can still see on Thrak's picture there, got traded for Donkey Kong Bonanza. What's going on in your head?
Well, with the Marvel game, not a lot is known about it. Like, I have a feeling it's probably not going to get released this year.
Real quick, Nick fucking dipped out. He's like, I don't want to fucking hear about it. He's like, I don't want to fucking hear about how he stole this from me.
But, like, when I saw that show up, I'm like, when I saw DK Bonanza, I'm like, I got to snag that. I gotta get it. And I sniped that shit.
It's so funny because I was watching the stream and I was like, I was waiting for a date, and then they're like, it releases the same day as the Switch, and I'm like, okay, the Switch is releasing this year. And then as soon as I had that thought, I saw Thrak message in Discord, hey, I'm
give me
taking
Bonanza,
this.
give me Bonanza. And I think Marvel was the game
mind.
to sacrifice for it. Like I like Marvel's fine.
Yeah, fuck that game.
Yeah, that was a good pick.
Game.
I'm sure Marvel will be fine, but it's not going to do Bonanza numbers.
But you have to update his South of Midnight scores. Oh, you already did that, but it's just not on this.
I did
page.
it. It's all updated on my side, but yeah, this is
Gotcha.
that's frozen
3 days
in time.
ago. Yeah.
Damn.
Fuck you,
Dude,
Compulsion.
crazy.
How dare you?
Before we wander off from this to the next the part, I just want to talk about the name Donkey Kong Bonanza. How the fuck has that not been taken already? Because that is like a perfect Donkey Kong name. It's so good that I don't even think they can have another Donkey Kong game.
No, not after this. Like, this is the last one. This is the last one.
It's so good, Bonanza.
I mean,
Donkey Kong dies
name.
at the end.
He dies at the
No. Then what they need, then what they need to do is put Donkey Kong Jungle Beat on the GameCube NSO.
Okay,
because that is an amazing game.
As somebody who never beat Donkey Kong 64 and just played it at friends' houses and stuff like that, like, does Donkey Kong have? I know, Threk. I'm sorry, I didn't have access to
it's fine.
back then, but
it's a reflex. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. But my I'm curious, like, the aesthetic, the air, the mystique of Donkey Kong. Does he have is there charisma? Is there does Donkey Kong have Riz? I guess is what I'm asking. Like, is he
not as much as he does in Bonanza?
Okay,
he's not wearing pants and he's got a tie. What do you think?
He's a big old muscle bound ape, so he might have accidental Riz.
Okay. Dude,
I mean, Diddy Kong his son?
No,
I don't think
surely.
So.
No,
Donkey Kong Jr. is his
cousins.
Oh, okay. Well, he has Junior, so we know he fucks.
So, where's Mrs. Kong? Is my real question. First of all, but
that is
Candy
a good question.
Kong. The question is that, like,
I think Candy Kong's his cousin.
are we gonna get?
something?
Are we gonna get
apes? Who gives a shit? They'll do whatever they want. They're apes.
Are we gonna get punched in the gut at the end of Bonanza the same way they did us in Astrobot?
Dude, are they gonna have a Last of Us moment in Bonanza where he holds his daughter?
No, Donkey Kong Jr. finally figures out who his real mother is, which is just a street urchin.
No, they killed Diddy Kong with a golf club, and then half the internet's like, good, I hated him anyways. And I'm
Holy
like, what?
shit. It'll end up being some game-breaking shit like that PS2 Star Ocean game. They're like, oh, it's actually just a game inside of a
till
game.
the end of time or whatever.
Yeah, some shit
That
like
Star
that.
Ocean game was awesome though, Aaron. Didn't you not like that one? You didn't like it?
I do like it, but that twist was wild as fuck.
Yeah,
Shigeru Miyamoto comes out and he's like, King K. Rool was correct whenever he beat Diddy Kong to death.
A delayed game is always rushed. A good game is always bad, and then he leaves.
Look at 8
Fuck Diddy,
Shigeru Miyamoto, and he's like, bleep bloop, bleep bloop, thank you for beating my game, and then he just fucking moonwalks out of there, and then game over.
He's like, look, I have a Pikmin shirt. Bye.
Oh boy!
Did you
What's
guys
next,
hear
Dave?
that Miyamoto was like super involved in this new Zelda movie that's coming out? Sorry, I'm derailing the conversation, but did you hear that?
No, please. No, I believe it. Because, I was thinking about it the other day, and that's like, Nintendo were so pissed at like the '93 Mario movie that if they were going to start making movie, yes. So if they were going to start making Nintendo movies again, they wanted them to be like exact.
Yeah.
You know, even though it's funny to learn that apparently Nintendo had a lot of creative control in the '93 Mario movie, they'll just never admit to it.
All right. This next part is just the upcoming events. The Nintendo Switch 2 Direct already happened. Nick, you read these. I feel like I've been talking a lot.
So we have upcoming events listed here. BAFTA awards are from 4/8, so everybody's going to splooge their pants over some indie game at that show, or 1,000 Times Resist, alternatively, one of the two. And then we have upcoming at the end of April and going into May from April 30th to May 5th, Gamescom. I don't know what LATAM is, but I'm assuming that's going to be the Gamescom.
Latin America.
Oh, Latin America. So again, not Gamescom Germany, but... So yeah, we have Gamescom. I don't know what I'm thinking of. Opening Night Live is Gamescom in Germany, in Berlin or whatever. And then PAX East. Me and Will are going to be there. We're going to be in Boston, rubbing shoulders with the big dick cod swinging journos up there. But yeah, no, we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna play a bunch of indie games, and then so that's middle of May. Right around the same time, we're gonna have Evo Japan going on. So that's gonna be really cool, seeing how good people are in Street Fighter 6 and how much people still hate Mortal Kombat 1 and Fatal Fury.
They'll announce Soul Calibur 7, please, for the love of God.
Yeah, we need it. And then
I want it so bad.
As we go deeper, like some would say balls deep into summer. We're at May 31st. And 6/1 TwitchCon. I don't think we're gonna get many reveals. I feel like just all of the streamers kind of just shake hands and
have they ever announced games at TwitchCon?
I googled it and Google was like sometimes, and so I was like, okay, throw it in there.
Yeah.
Though I think if any game gets announced there, it's not going to be any games we give a shit about.
It'll be the one that
it will
Dr.
be
Disrespect
Silksong.
Studio's been working on for like forever.
And then IGN's going to get
They
a bunch
shadow
of...
drop it at TwitchCon.
Yeah.
Oh my.
And they shadow drop it, and then it instantly has Metacritic reviews, so no one can fucking score on it. We're just
And it
fucked.
says like 99, and we're like, God damn it!
Yeah. And then
it beat
It
Ocarina
beats
of Time.
Ocarina.
going...
Yeah, we live in the same place.
I mean, it's the #1 game.
So we finish off with the upcoming events that we actually know about that have dates on it. And Summer Games Fest apparently is going to be listed for June 5th to start it off. And I imagine there's going to be a lot of Nintendo coverage incorporated into that. There's probably going to be a lot of games that are going to be launching day and date. And I'm very excited because I hope that I can get a Switch before my birthday and I can play Switch 2 on my birthday. And
That is crazy. Summer Games Fest is the same day as the Switch 2 launching.
Yeah, so
that's
that'd
crazy.
be interesting. But yeah, I mean, and that's the thing is that if we don't get a GTA date announcement, gameplay trailer, anything at Summer Games Fest, it's gonna be at one of the announcements, either the Sony Games Showcase or the Xbox Showcase.
Does it need to? It's GTA. They just drop it whenever they want.
But it would make sense if they're coming out in fall. That's my theory. Is that it would make sense
that's
that
fair.
if it's coming out in the fall, if they have a platform, Jeff Keighley, gets his grubby little mitts on it, and he says, "Okay, here's the date."
But I view it as they need GTA more than GTA needs them.
right here.
100%.
That they could just go on Twitter and be like, "Oh, we're announcing the release date tomorrow, so tune in for the trailer."
Yeah, I think
everyone will go watch that trailer.
I would say though that they have enough writing on like the pomp and circumstance of this game. They know that they have people kind of like waiting with bated breath for it. That like they wouldn't. I mean, I would be very surprised if 2K/Strauss Zelnick decided to do some type of like shadow drop where they just shit out a Twitter post and just say, "Oh, it's coming out on this date." I would expect it to be a proper like presentation.
It'll be with a trailer.
Yeah, Rockstar is. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, I don't remember what that was going on when Red Dead Redemption 2 comes out, but they don't typically have like an EA Direct or like they haven't done anything during the Switch, the post-COVID era of online showcasing for their marketing.
But what they did for the first trailer was on Twitter, they're just like, "Oh, on this day we're going to drop the first trailer, so go watch it on that day," and then everyone went and watched it. So my guess is what I was saying for the release date is they'll do the same. On Twitter they'll be like, "Tune in like 2 days from now, we're going to do the second trailer with the release date," and then they'll upload it to YouTube and everyone will flip.
Yeah.
I think they're going to announce it at EVO Japan.
Ha.
EVO is an acronym. Japan's got 6 letters in it. I mean,
my working theory is they have the release date and they're trying to get someone to buy the right to announce it at their show so that show gets some clout.
Microsoft, do it.
The Nintendo Direct.
Yeah, exactly.
Exclusive Master Chief skin.
I could see GTA
Mario
6
skins
being
in GTA and Mario with a gun.
I've always wanted a Luigi skin. But
He's jumping on some dude's head, giving his skull it. Wow.
Can you
It's
imagine?
really realistic.
Can you
I
imagine?
could see GTA 6 being on Switch 2, but it won't be when it launches with PS5 and Series. It'll probably be when they do the PC release in a year. It'll be like PC Switch 2.
I'd
will be
imagine
that
that'd
day.
be the case. But
Yeah.
you know what would be like? I think about this sometimes because I just have a toxic brain. But like, can you imagine the power of Rockstar? And like, just think about all of the money purely just from the ad revenue and AdSense money from that one 6-minute trailer for the first announcement of GTA. It got like 50 million views within like a couple of hours. I could be over exaggerating that, but it got like
the GTA 6 trailer
level views in such a compounded short period of time. Like, you imagine like that one video could have like paid for the rest of the development if it's not already done. I imagine they're all just QA right now.
So the GTA 6 trailer came out in December of 2023, and it's currently sitting at 248 million views.
Yeah, insane.
And that's the only trailer we've gotten.
It's like one Taylor Swift song.
You're right.
I knew you were
right. Nate, Taylor Swift is way bigger than Rockstar.
I knew you were in trouble when you walked in.
Okay, we're talking about whatever the fuck this is. Statistics. We're talking about some statistics real quick about the numbers. This is the whole reason why I wanted to do this in the first place, was just see numbers change. I love numbers. So we have our highest scoring games. Not to jerk myself off, but look at that game right there at the top there.
Somebody mute his mic, Aaron. Get him off the fucking stage.
Can you kick him out?
Yeah, kick him. kick him, put him in timeout. Do we have that functionality?
This is Twitch. Time him out. Take a week off.
Put him in the corner.
So Split Fiction 91. This is the highest reviewing game of the year so far. And then we have Monster Hunter Wilds from Tommy. Also Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 for Tommy. Both of those sit at 88. He's not even here to jerk himself off, so I'll do it for him.
That's crazy.
That's probably what he's doing right now.
And then we got Citizen Sleeper 2, which is at 86 with Nick. And then there's like a three-way tie for 85, so that got crazy, so I stopped counting. But oh, there we go.
There we go.
Oh, look at that! Whoa! Now everyone can see. I don't know why we didn't think about the first.
I'm
before.
blind.
Yeah, I didn't think about this earlier until now, but here it is. Yeah, okay, keep going.
All right, so now we got our lowest scoring games. This is going in descending order now.
You made the,
I feel like we're punching down.
you made this intentionally bigger to screw with us. I know you did.
Well, it's just because it was because I had Civ and Pirate Yakuza at 79 because otherwise it'd only be like 3 games, and then South of Midnight released.
Listen,
so I had to throw that
a
in there
game
also.
in the upper 70s is still a good game, boys. It's still a good game in my heart.
I know.
But
your
Civ,
doesn't make my average go up.
Yeah, this has nothing to do with the quality of the games. It's just we just want the numbers to be big.
my favorite part is
It's an
that
RPG.
the people in the bottom 3 places are at both. They all have 2 games in here.
Fuck.
But so Nomad was Civ 7.
I've got
I hope the rest of your games.
You're right
suck.
about that. So Civ 7 and Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii are both 79s. And I love Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, but so Nomad.
I need to get back to it.
Didn't you give it a C on your tier list or whatever?
I gave it a B, high B. I put it higher than Indiana Jones, and then I got a lot of shit for that in the little. You're in it, yeah. I got shit for that. But
I'm pretty sure this is the lowest Metacritic Yakuza game.
I believe it, unless maybe like there's one where it's a spin-off where they kill zombies.
Oh, Dead Souls? I think that ranked higher than this.
That would be crazy. But we also have South of Midnight and Phantom Brave with Thrak and Aaron together, 78, 79. Or 77, I mean. And,
okay, I was wrong. Dead Souls is a 64. I was wrong. Jesus Christ.
That one's a yellow. Dude,
Yeah,
I cannot wait. I
hate that
cannot
game.
wait for the first person to get a yellow score. In fact, I'm going to have it because I said that. It's going to be me. But I just want a yellow score on
We're going to hear you scream.
You will literally hear me scream so loud from Oklahoma. You will be like in your office, like, what the fuck was
that?
Oklahoma.
What is going to be your bad score, Nave? What do you think is going to be? Pony Island?
Dude,
no way.
Bitches. Gets like a 50.
Dude, I don't know. I have such faith in all of my games. That's the crazy thing. But maybe the Altars. The Altars is the only one that I think would score low.
Tony Hawk's probably going to shit the bed. You know
Tony Prawn.
Tony
Tony
Prawn.
Prawn.
Prostate examination.
Tony Prawn. He's just a little shrimp.
Dude, just shredding rails. I like that.
Yeah,
They're
that'd be
gonna fuck up Tony
100.
Hawk when they paste Bam back in there. It's like,
Yeah,
split the
dude.
code and put him back in there.
Well, Tony Hawk went out of his way to get Bam back in the game.
You know, get Bam more
No, it's modern Bam, so it's gonna be like Fat Bam, and his balance is gonna be all out of whack.
Fat Bam.
It'll be every third run that you play in the game, your character will be drunk, and you can't reset the run. You have to play the whole thing.
Fat Bam.
Aw,
Fat Bam.
I almost feel bad for Bam.
Bam.
Almost
Little
feel
Fat
bad for him.
Bam. Okay.
Anyway, we got Trials Through Daybreak 2, which is a 75. That was a 77 for like a month, and then it's just been slowly ticking down.
Aaron, I feel like I ask you this every time. What is that game? What is it?
It's part of the whole Trails series, which usually score really fucking high. Like I'm pretty sure Trails of Cold Steel or some shit like that. Those are some like the highest rated ones. I'm pretty sure those I think got like 80s or 85s or some shit. But Trails Through Daybreak, I guess, sucks ass.
Is it a RPG? Is it a 2D platformer?
Turn-based
RPG.
Turn-based
RPG. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Right. And then
RPGs never
here,
review well though.
It seems that way, doesn't it? When you're looking at them all next to each other like this. Fuck them. If they're not Western RPGs, we don't give a fuck.
That's right.
Yeah.
Expedition 33. Come on, baby. Come on.
Speaking of Western RPGs, Atomfall, I think, is one. I don't know what
That's
Atomfall even is.
It's like a Fallout survival
it's a survival
thing?
game, like an open world survival game.
Yeah.
Happened in England, mixed with Fallout. Yeah.
That's cool.
It's Chernobyl.
Get your own nuclear disaster.
It's like what is it?
They steal
what
everybody.
What was that one Ukrainian game you were obsessed with, Nave?
Stalker?
Oh, fucking Stalker.
It's like Stalker, but English Stalker.
No
yeah.
way, Stalker.
English
Stalker's
Stalker.
good.
But Stalker's like, is it like an immersive sim?
It's more of it.
It is
more of that.
I don't think
hardcore sim
Atomfall is
game.
a sim though. I think it's closer to like a Fallout New Vegas.
I mean,
type
more
deal.
aesthetically, but yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I get what you're saying though. Yeah.
Yeah, on paper, this game had everything going for it, but I think it's just the execution was not fantastic, but it was just good.
I think it's because like Rebellion don't really make these kind of games.
No, that's another reason.
Rebellion's a great dev though. I like Rebellion a lot.
Yeah, and that's a lot of what drove me to pick it. Was that was part of the gamble, but whatever.
Yeah,
It's fine. It's fine.
Just blame Rebellion. Don't blame yourself.
Exactly. I blame other people for all of my problems.
Exactly. Good thinking.
Life's easier that way.
All right, this next part we can just run through real quick, and this will give us some context for the next part that's coming up, where we're going to talk about how we feel about the rest of the year and everything. But this is our date security. This is basically if games have released, if they have release dates, or if they have just release windows, or if they have nothing. They just 2025 and that's it. And then numbers. So with the released games, all of us have 3 games released except for Aaron, who has 2. Which is interesting, but Aaron also has 2 games coming out next month, which is a good
I got one
segue.
coming this month too.
Or this month, I mean. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
my brain is still like this is the wrap up for March, but
Let's use that trade.
look at that.
Don't tell me.
So, well, actually, it's Thrak that has 2. He already got 1. So, Aaron, you've got 1 coming up. Confirmed dates. Yeah. Me, Aaron, Nick all have 3. Thrak has 2 dates. And this is the weird thing. Tommy and Nomad both have no more dates coming up that are confirmed. Which is that? How do you feel about that, Nomad? Hearing that number.
I mean, I still, looking at my list, save for Wolf Among Us 2, I'm still feeling good about the games themselves, and I'm trying my best to just hold out hope. Something's gonna fucking happen. But to be completely honest with you, last couple days I've started to get a little nervous, and that's where I'm starting to really think about what I want to do with trades here. But it's okay. At the end of the day, we're only in April. The year's only a quarter over, so.
Did they not give a release date for Prime 4? That's
They did
for,
not.
No.
I feel like
no
that's got
release
to be
date
coming
yet.
this
Yeah,
year.
I was
because
expecting them to do it
That-
at this showcase.
that
and they
is-
just
it's
it
on their
says-
fucking website.
It's at 2025, and again, I think it's going to be later in the year. But my theory is, again, they're waiting on the GTA release date to see when they want to properly.
Yeah, that
put a
one
date on
I would bet money that will drop this year. I'm confident in that one. The other ones.
Oh yeah, they've been showing so much of it that I'm like, it's probably done. It's probably ready to go.
Has to be.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah,
Prime
Nintendo
4 is
wouldn't
absolutely coming
show
this
that
year.
game again if they weren't confident in it yet.
Yeah.
Because they fumbled that so hard. They're like, we can't just show somebody footage of it and wait like another 2 years. Like it has to come out now.
They're not going to Elder Scrolls it.
No. Nintendo learned their lesson, I think.
Yeah, but with no dates, I'm a little nervous. I kind of already blew my load, giggity. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm gonna be patient for a little while longer.
Speaking of blowing loads, release windows.
Ah,
So these are just ones with just general months, kind of like how Judas had fucking March for 2 years and now it has nothing. But we've got
You're not
Tommy-
mad.
Tommy has 4 because he's team sports game, so he's got a bunch of sports games with no dates. Nick and Nomad and Thrak all have 2. Aaron has 1 and I have none. So I have either dates or nothing. Is what I'm looking at. All right, and then the last one is just all the rest of the games, the to be announced. Nick with 2, Tommy and Thrak with 3, me and Aaron both have 4, and Nomad has half of his list still there. A lot of games in their holding pattern there.
Not to interrupt the flow, but gentlemen, like, what games on your list do you think are going to be announced after Grand Theft Auto 6?
Judas.
I'm thinking Ninja Gaiden 4 will probably be later in the year.
I think so.
Well, I think when they showed it, they said fall.
Yeah.
I could be wrong
I'm
on
thinking
that.
It's fall,
maybe
yeah.
Outer Worlds 2.
Yeah. Outer
Maybe?
Worlds 2, I think, will be like a November, December kind of game.
Heck, even
Well, because
maybe
they did
Mouse
Avowed
PI
at like
for
the start
hire.
of this year, so it would make sense to have Outer Worlds 2 later.
All right, the last bit here is just everything that's been delayed. 2 were from me, which was great. We talked about Replaced already, got delayed out of 2025 after I had already traded it away. But The Alters was supposed to release in March, and they delayed it to later, I think Q4 2025. But that's got me a little nervous. But they seem very confident. I'm not super worried, but at this point, I've given up to fate. Like, at this point, if they get delayed, I'm like, okay, all right, that's just happening now.
Yeah.
And then we also already talked about Tommy getting Fable delayed out of 2025. So we're going to go into our temperature checks here, down here. We have, Tommy did write us a little speech, and I read through it, and it looked like it went here. Who wants to read this?
I'll read it. We're
You
a
do that, I'm
quarter
going
of
to
the...
piss real fast. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. We're a quarter of the way through the season, and I'm very impressed with the team so far. We've had some big performances from our early games, and I think we're set up well for the rest of the season. Losing Fable definitely hurt, but picking up Wonderstop was a competent fill-in. We've still got one more trade for the rest of the season, and I'm struggling to find the right time in game to use it on, but we've still got time to figure it out. Go team!
Hooray! Did he chat GPT a response?
This looks either that or he just like threw
It looks like a
together in, like,
sportscaster.
second.
It looks like a sportscaster like call out. You know, so this is the post game interview that he's having with the press about his performance so far midway through the season.
Oh yeah, like when they just finished the game and then the reporter shoves a microphone in their face and they're like,
We're doing great so far.
Very
We're doing
impressed.
great so far. Midway through the season, I'm impressed with the team.
yeah,
Performances from a lot of our big players.
That's
they're
why,
like,
thank
that-
God.
that-
Without
that-
God, I
that-
wouldn't be here.
Exactly.
they always do that. Like, always go thank Jesus Christ. And it's like, but what when they lose, they never go, God, what the fuck, man? You were holding out for me.
Well,
Yeah,
we're
they're
just,
like, you threw that pass on the third down. What'd you have to do? It's like, I just got to get yards, man. So I just did it. I don't know.
we do got to bust Tommy's balls for not only being in first place for the whole fucking quarter, basically, but also for not even showing up. He's so cool. He doesn't even need to show up to his first place where he gets to brag about it. Oh, who does he think he is?
A little bitch.
I think I'm going to
he's
just
a
edit
busy
some of his
guy. I don't
scores
know.
down. I think I might accidentally do math a little wrong whenever I fucking do his average next time. I don't think he's going to look.
Just blame his newborn child.
Yes, always blame it on the kids. That's what I do as a dad. It's like, you ruined all my dreams, but I love my kids, honey. I love them.
It's a little
right.
too real.
So as we're rounding the corner to the last corner, what is it called in Mario Kart? The home stretch? What is racing terms? I don't know.
Final lap.
Final lap. There we go. Yeah, the music gets
Bro,
faster.
we played Mario Kart together.
Drunk. You asterisk.
I wasn't drunk.
I was very drunk.
Yamete.
I love drinking and playing Mario Kart.
I'm never drunk. I've never been drunk ever.
So we're just gonna just
kidding.
spitball. We've already been doing this like towards the beginning, but it's like, how do we feel about our standings here? We've kind of already loosely given our thoughts, but I think we just go one by one and talk about how we actually feel about our thing, because the very next prompt here, as everyone can see, is what games do we think might get delayed, and that's not just for us. That's for everybody. Like, we're going to start shooting shots at each other before we get to the predictions and finish this night out. So let's start with Aaron, since he just got back. How do you feel? What's your temperature check?
Oh man, I'm not sure, man. Like there's a couple of my games that I'm not sure what they're gonna release to be 100% honest. Like Ratatan might actually be a piece of shit. Shadow Labyrinth, I mean, it looks
Shatatan.
Shadow Labyrinth looks awesome, but yeah, I mean, it could be mid as hell. Like I don't know. I mean, the only ones I'm really, really sure about are Deltarune. Mouse PI for Hire looks sick. Like, there's a bajillion trailers. They all look awesome. Fatal Fury, I mean, Can't go wrong there. And then fucking Pokemon, very confident in that. I mean, it's on the Switch too. Like, there's no way it's gonna run like garbage. Like, they haven't put out a
famous last words.
Yeah.
I think it'll be fine though. Honestly,
Yeah.
Game Freak won't have an excuse at this point.
And I guess I'm a little weary about Outer Worlds 2, possibly, because like maybe it could be like just like not great but all right. But Slay the Spire 2, that's got to be a home run. What is Slay the Spire?
Outer Worlds 1 is at 85 right now.
I think Slay the Spire 1 is like 91 or something like that.
Yeah. So I think you'll be okay.
Yeah. If anything, if I were to trade anything, it would be Ratatan or Shadow Labyrinth. Everything else, keeping.
All right, let's go in reverse. Since he's in last place, let's go in reverse order. Then, Nomad, what's your temperature?
Also, do you want me to share the Instagram shit again?
Oh
so
yeah,
you can see your stuff.
Sure.
Yeah, do it. Yeah, so far I'm feeling pretty good for the most part, even despite where I'm at right now, but now I'm in that interesting pickle where, like you'd said before, I don't really have anything confirmed on paper coming up here soon. Metroid Prime 4 is going to be my ace in the hole. Like, there is no way that game doesn't do well. It's coming out this year. I would be flabbergasted if that game did anything less than an 85, is kind of where I'm at with it. But beyond that, we talked about it a little bit before. The Wolf Among Us 2 is probably the one I'm going to trade because it's the game I've heard the least about this year, and I have a lot less faith that it's actually going to drop this year. Everything else I'm pretty okay with. Chronos: The New Dawn, developed by Bloober Team, is the one I think, if I'm going to get a delay, it may be that one. Only because, this is a compliment, and I mean it to be, Bloober Team did such a fantastic job with the Silent Hill 2 remake. I almost feel like if they're about to put something out that's going to be less par, they will absolutely delay that thing, and I would almost want them to. So that's the one there. Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, I think, is going to be solid. No one's really talked about Dying Light the Beast all that much, and I think it's because I think it's going to come out and be just fine. That one's not going to give me a huge score boost, but I don't think it's going to hurt me. At least it better frickin' not. And and Dispatch, I'm kind of going on voice acting star power there. I think that game's going to be really good, but if I had another one I think might get pushed out a little bit, it might be that one, just for the quality aspect. But overall, I'm feeling okay. But now, in the next week or so, I'm going to seriously think about what my trades are going to look like.
Yep.
One thing I really like about The Wolf Among Us 2 is that the big bad wolf is like staring down at TBA, like really sad. So I look at that every time I'm editing the fucking.
Big B Wolf wants to know when he's gonna come back out.
He wants to know when he's gonna come.
All right, Thrak, you're in 4th place. How are you feeling about this year? What's your strategy?
I have a little bit of a cold. You know, I'm not at 98.6. I'm maybe a little like 90, feeling a little colder, but that. But I'm thinking like, for the most part, we'll be okay. If there's one game that could get delayed out, it could be Shantae. It's the only one because I don't think they've given it a proper release date at all. But other than that, I'm feeling all right. You know, some stuff is coming low, but I think I'll have some help later on. Like I'm rooting for Expedition 33 to be a banger, and everything I've seen of it looks like it's going to be a banger.
That's going to be your sleeper hit, I think.
I think that might be the sleeper hit that I need.
I'm rooting for that one.
I am too. I really want to play that game. It looks so good.
All right, Nick, 3rd place, bronze podium. How you feeling?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel very unsure about everything except Mario Kart on my list, to be honest with you. And I genuinely think that there is a strong possibility that GTA 6 doesn't come this year. I thought it was, but the later we get in the year and the more that we get no news, the more nervous I get about it. And I feel like that the rest of my year really hinges on both Death Stranding and GTA doing well enough. I expect Mario Kart to do well because Mario Karts typically do well. Nintendo makes their tentpole first-party titles. You know, they know how to make Mario Kart. They're the only ones that do. But I would say that like Rematch, Absolver, Slow Clap, like people just are kind of middling on their games. If it gets into the 80s, I'll be lucky for that. Same thing with Firebreak. Remedy isn't known for their multiplayer functionality really in any of their games. So for both of these developers, both of these titles to be breaking into the multiplayer market, it's going to be very dubious. And I mean, that leads me right into what I was going to say about Elden Ring Night Rain. We've never seen a strictly multiplayer game. This is going to be more PvE than anything from Soft. But I would say that like one of the biggest issues that is going to have to overcome. I mean, I think that it's going to get automatic boosting, like I said earlier in the episode, because people kind of just glaze from Soft Games and Miyazaki. I think the developer who's actually leading Night Rain specifically was the game director for Dark Souls 3. And he was responsible for a lot of the scenario directors. So, I mean, obviously it's a good lineage. They're in good hands with it, and people seem to like it for the folks who had previews on it earlier this year. But again, it's just one of those things that like those 3 games on my list are going to be hampered by the fact that they are online and they are multiplayer. And I think that is going to naturally just drag otherwise great scores down a little bit. And I think that the quality of them kind of just seems to remain out there. Took a huge gamble on 3D Mario. Gamble didn't pay out. It's not coming this year, so I'm just gonna have to fucking cross my fingers and really, really hope that I am able in a situation where something is gonna come across my desk and come across a preview or a developer direct or something like that for the rest of this year. Some showcase for the rest of this year that I can pull in a draft.
To be fair, a 3D Mario seemed like a safe bet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because it's been so long since Odyssey, and you would think that that's what they would lead out the gate with, and I still think that it wouldn't be surprising if we got some type of Nintendo Switch Direct kind of towards the holiday season, like later fall, early winter.
I'm thinking September
this year, maybe sometime September, maybe sometime during holiday season, like just saying, okay, here's your Mario 2, but it's almost more than likely going to be a 2026 thing, if that. So yeah,
if they wouldn't have done Donkey Kong, it would have been Mario.
Yeah,
like
that's
absolutely.
what I'm saying, man.
Yeah.
I never in a million years would have expected a new Donkey Kong over like Mario or even Zelda. Those are like the big two I feel like for Nintendo.
100%. And you think,
Well, like Donkey Kong every once in a while becomes a flagship for Nintendo. They always kind of flirt with it being a flagship IP. So this could be them saying like, "Oh, what if we tried to make it one of the big ones again?"
Yeah.
Well, how would that go?
Hey, if
it was like the Donkey Kong Country era was when it was like on par with everything else.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, if they're thinking about bringing back some of those old properties too, there's hope for Mega Man. Maybe
there's hope for Custom
Rest
Robo.
easy, Nomad.
I
Rest
say
easy.
as I shit my pants.
Hey,
I mean, I could see them being like, "Oh, Legends Collection this year."
yeah,
Cool.
that's really what we'll get.
That seems like the next step.
All right, so second place, me, Omaliwa. I'm feeling insanely confident if my games release. And so that's where I'm insanely shaky. I don't have any trades left, and I'm staring down Pony Island 2 and Judas. Pony Island 2's release window is not to 2025. It is 2025-2026, which is scary.
Is that new, or has that always been that way?
It's been that way.
Oh shit!
I was like, I'm in the Discord server and I'm getting every news update. I'm constantly watching. I'm always watching the Pony Island 2 updates.
You're breathing
Judas
down his neck as he codes it.
Dude, Judas is completely radio silent, and that's horrifying. I think about it every day before I go to sleep. I'm very upset.
We haven't gotten news in that since what, like a year?
There's news. I think there was a news a couple months ago, but it wasn't release date related. It was like, oh, this game is not going to be like BioShock. It's going to be more open or whatever. Like, they keep coming out and talking sometimes. I think it's just going to fucking appear one day. I'm really hopeful it's just going to appear one day. I was so confident it was going to appear at the last Sony State of Play, and then turns out Sony doesn't know how to make a good fucking showcase to save their lives. So I think it's going to be a summer showcase, and I think it's going to be soon after that, right?
I could see it at Summer Games Fest. That feels like a Summer Game Fest game.
I'm so confident in No Rest for the Wicked. I'm so confident in Doom. Metal Gear Solid and Tony Hawk I think they're just home runs. And then the Alters is such an interesting idea that I think it's getting at least an 80. As long as I can maintain like an 81 area, because Pony Island 2 and Judas are going to slam dunk if they can just release. But I'm pretty sure I'm eating at least one delay this year. And
Yeah.
that makes me believe that everyone's going to hit at least one delay out of straight copium. I gotta believe that everyone's gonna get hit with a delay. That way I can maintain my confidence.
I'm confident at least one or two of us will get games delayed out of this year.
Yeah.
Highly likely.
Well, I'm sure.
All right, and Tommy's number one. Tommy, how do you feel? Oh, I fucking suck. I'm gonna not do good. This sucks. Oh,
Let's go sports
Dude,
ball.
what if
Everything's
Ghost,
gonna be
what if
just
Ghost doesn't come
okay.
out this year though? What if Sony doesn't put out Ghost of Yote? I mean,
Dude,
it
I
could
hope
happen.
Ooh,
It happened.
that's like their only game for this year,
Yeah,
isn't
but
it?
Sony sucks. You know what I mean? Fuck those guys.
Yeah, they can't publish a game.
Whoa.
Watch them not delay Ghost of Yote, but then that like rumored new like God of War side project game comes out.
The God of War fucking MMO or whatever they were doing.
They're doing something with God of War apparently, but it's like I don't know.
I really
see.
hope they
Yeah,
don't
how silly.
dilute that property. I really just hope they handle it with care.
Yeah, jump online and play with your friends. Call your friends, boy. Jeez Louise.
I already do.
Boy.
They're gonna bring back Legend of
Hey,
Dragoon,
Thrash?
but it's gonna be like a fucking Monster Hunter or something completely unrelated. That'd be cool.
A Monster Hunter God of War game would be kind of cool, actually. But
New Ape Escape. Let's go.
Oh, hell yeah.
Ape Escape where you climb fucking Kronos.
Kronos.
Okay. Anyway, so this last little bit. First off, what games do you think might get delayed? Everybody. Now we're gonna start shooting shots at each other. Who's for sure hitting a delay?
I think Judas is and all the altars are gonna get delayed out of this year.
No way the Altars gets delayed again.
I could see like Mouse
Some
PI
indie
for
game.
Hire getting delayed out of this year.
Yeah, Mouse PI for Hire.
Wolf Among Us 2.
Yeah.
FC26 is not coming out this
Mm.
year.
C26 comes out in 2027.
I'm
wouldn't be
wondering how
surprised
quick
if
Slay the Spire is
Spire
going to
2.
get out of it. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's
Slay the
a
Spire
tough
2.
one.
Not only that, but Outer Worlds 2. I just feel so confident it's not coming out this year. Xbox has so many games getting
I
published
think Outer
this year.
Worlds 2 will come out this year.
I'll be
I
the
think it will.
hater. I'm aiming at Aaron
Thanks,
in
Nate.
last place.
I'll
I'm
say
trying to
this.
warn you. You have trades still. I'm
I'll
fucked.
I'll say this: if Outer Worlds 2 doesn't get dated at the June Xbox showcase, then I would be worried about it.
Yeah, that's the end.
That's when they would date it. If they don't date it in June, I'd be like, it might get delayed next year.
I'm kind of looking
So
at
hang
Metroid.
until June. Hang until June.
Metroid
Hang
Prime 4. I'm a little skeptical on you too. I'll be the only one aiming
Metroid
at those
Prime.
two
They've
games.
showed it.
No,
they showed
it's
it twice.
coming.
on
It's
their
coming.
website.
It's got to come.
It's on their website. It's
they've showed
absolutely
a
coming.
lot of that game. It's
No,
coming.
I think it's coming early next year.
Nick.
Early
I
next year.
will say,
February.
in Nomads, I am
Negative name.
I am not
kidding, that's
very
not your-
hopeful
that's
for
not your name.
Kronos or Wolf Among Us 2. I want both of those games. I
Yeah.
really
Kronos
like both of those
maybe.
games. I'm just
I
not
think
confident.
I think Kronos is more of a maybe than Wolf Among Us 2.
Yeah, I agree. I think Kronos will get delayed if it does, just because they want to polish it and make it better because of the team that's working on it.
Remember, they said
Yeah.
they don't put out shit games anymore, Nomad. They said it.
That's exactly it.
Oh, they did say
yeah,
that?
they said that.
Yep.
Yeah, the game
Yeah.
came out.
I mean, they put out
said
a
that.
lot of shit games.
No, but no more. Nay.
we're done.
We'll see about that.
Well, do you want
Though
positive,
Kronos does
Dave?
look cool.
Positive,
Yeah.
Dave, and this is not what anyone wants to hear, and I guess I'm going to be the only one saying this too. Grand Theft Auto 6 is for sure coming out this year. Absolutely coming out this year.
I think it's
You
coming
think
this
so?
year. I think
hope so.
I think so.
I don't know.
I think there's too much hype around it for them not to.
See,
do it.
I'm a little torn about it because like if it doesn't come out this year, I will get the warm fuzzy feelings because Will is going to be so devastated by that. But if it does come out here, that's great for my
I would say
Metacritic.
in my fantasy critic, I have GTA 6. Which kind of needs to
okay,
go
Well,
up.
here's the question I want to pose. It's like, okay, it's going to come out this year. Everyone expects it to do well, but what if? What if they fuck this up and it's not as good?
I
On
don't
one
know.
hand,
Civilization
then-
happens.
no.
This is
Then
their
the-
Mario.
like
Then
they-
the gaming industry collapses.
like
pretty
Because
much.
they don't know
like
what to
if
do.
the
because-
economy goes down.
Like how do you
already
how
is.
do you see them fucking it up? Like how would that play out? Do you think, Nomad?
To me, it's just got to
It's
be
their Mario, man. I don't,
They
I
turn
don't
into a
see
bunch
that
of woke
happening.
garbage. We start having a conversation about gender.
They have a
They're
playable
awful,
woman
yes.
that's not going to do
No.
good.
no.
They already have a playable female character in
Yeah,
this
I know.
game.
No, my worries come strictly from just a technical standpoint. I'm talking
Yeah.
glitches, unpolished, that kind of stuff. Just because I don't think Rockstar is going to do this because they pretty much run the world right now, right? But
Yeah.
at the same time,
by not releasing games.
Well, they've got the money to wait, but at the same time,
that's
true.
Makes so much money
It's
off
the Valve and
microtransactions.
Sony strategy.
right? But my conspiracy theory mind really is just, well, at the end of the day, companies are making money for shareholders. Shareholders want product. Are they gonna push this thing out too soon? Like, I don't think it's gonna happen, but maybe. I don't know.
I mean, this game's been in development for a decade, probably. So
everything's
the only thing I would be worried about is if it comes out and it's too similar to GTA 5, and that disappoints people.
That's another thing I was going to bring up.
That's the only real concern I have.
How are they
going
to make it any different? Yeah, unless it's in space.
I mean, they've been working on this game for 10 plus years. I hope they figured out something different.
GT Space Auto. I don't know.
Wingsuit and suction cups, so you can go up the side of buildings.
Suction
There you
cups.
go.
That's good.
Yeah.
They bring back the hot coffee mod, and it's official now.
There you go. Yeah,
Officially hot.
I think the game. I think it's going to do just fine. I think we can all agree on that. But still, part of me is just like, what if something goes wrong here and just turns this whole thing upside down?
It would be kind of hilarious because the industry needs this to do well, and if it doesn't, then it's like, well, what the fuck is going to happen now?
Yeah, we're gonna get cooked.
We're all going to be reviewing movies. Oh wait, those aren't grooved great either.
And then watch Grand Theft Auto 6 release to like, oh hey, this is also going to be $80 right out of the gate.
No,
and
it's going to be $100. It's
fit.
going to be $100.
Have they said that?
I feel the longer we wait, the more I'm like, they're going to do $100 because they know they can get away with it.
Yep, and people will pay it and be happy for
People
that.
will pay $100 for that.
And then $150 for the 3-day early access version, and I'm getting it.
I'll wait a year when it's like 70 and go, oh, a discount.
All right, so the very last section we got over here is the predictions. Real quick, we're gonna talk about who, and we can't vote for ourselves for these. But we did this kind of last time. So who's going to get first place? We'll just go to the list. And you can talk about I don't think we did the first place thing in January whenever we first started. We definitely did last place and who has the most fun list, and I wrote down the results for that. We'll see if we got any changes, but we'll start. I guess we'll start with me. We'll go back in normal order because Tommy's not here. I genuinely think Nick's getting first place. I flipped from last year where I thought Nick was going to get hit with some delays, and now that I'm staring at Nick's list with all these dates, and I'm positive that Grand Theft Auto is coming out, and I think it's going to crush it. Fucking Split Fiction, unfortunately, but I think that Nick getting that GTA and getting Death Stranding 2 and getting the Mario Kart game, that's hardcore, and I'm worried about it. But so who's next? Nick is next. Who do you think's getting first place?
Genuinely, I think that the most realistic, as long as most of his sports titles stay in the 80s, that Tommy has the quickest way, the clearest path to first place. I think that my list, is good. I think I have a long way. Getting that GTA date would be a huge win for me to come out in 2025, and I could offset any kind of failings from Rematch and Firebreak. But I feel like Tommy's actual picks consistently, barring maybe 33 Immortals and maybe 2K, really could just be so consistently upper 80s that he'll stay in that first place spot.
He's already there, and he'll have enough numbers to keep him there.
Just stabilize.
Yeah.
That would be the saddest result with Tommy's just in first place the whole year.
The whole year, yeah.
Madden beats GTA.
Oh my god.
Well, the thing is that the one thing that we can rely on is that we're all going to get a lot more games than he will, unless something dramatically changes. And something happens with 33 Immortals. Most of his stuff is coming out way later this year, and we don't even know when Ghost is coming out. So yeah, it's out there. But I expect it to.
Yeah, because 33 Immortals is in early access, so it might just not fully release this year. Same with Hades 2. Who knows with Ghost of Yotei? So his could be kind of wonky.
All right, what about you, Thrak? Who's getting first place?
Honestly, I feel it's Nick as well, just because he has all of the real heavy hitters there. The games that we are expecting to have like the high reviews and do really, really well, like GTA, Death Stranding, Mario Kart, like those ones are we're assuming they're gonna hit big and have really high review scores. Probably even Elden Ring Night Rain as well. So if, say, Firebreak Rematch kind of slump for you, I think those ones will be big enough to carry you.
All right, Nomad?
Honestly, I'll make it quick. I will mirror exactly what Thrax just said. Nick, I think you're going to win this one too for exactly what he said. Firebreak and Rematch are the ones that I think, if anything else, they'll bring it down for just those reasons that they're that multiplayer experience and those reviews are going to trickle in after the fact. But you've got enough solid games on this list that I think them alone will carry you over the top. But Tommy's not going to let it go lying down because those sports games that he has, I'm back and forth, man. But right now, Nick, I think you got it.
Aaron, what'd you think?
I think I might also say Nick, because just for the fact that all the sports games that Tommy has, like those, I mean, there have been bad sports games. Like those aren't necessarily.
Don't get me started.
Auto locks.
Those aren't like guaranteed like auto lock high scores. You know, the Madden could be a piece of shit. NBA could be a piece of shit. They could even.
To be fair, Madden 25 has a 70 right now.
Oh.
And NBA 2K 24, 20, or what would be the new one? 25 is at a 79.
Yeah. Okay. So that's
they kind of fluctuate.
Yeah. And Nick, I mean, yeah, you've got Grand Theft Auto 6, Elden Ring, fucking Death Stranding, Mario Kart World. I almost said 9, Mario Kart World. And even if like with your current Mario one on there, if we do get a new Mario, cool.
Yeah.
That's a great fucking pick. But if you do trade it for something like, say, I don't know, if the Kirby Air Riders or like some other shit that's getting announced pretty soon. Yeah, that's
right.
Yeah, that's still a good fucking pick.
Yeah.
And then just like Nomad and Thrax said, Firebreak and Rematch, like you might get maybe like high 70s, maybe like a mid 70 with that, but still that'll carry you until like the next big heavy hitter comes out, and then so on and so forth.
I think as long as GTA gets dated for this year, you'll be okay.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're going to do the opposite. Who do we think is going to get last place? And since I'm negative Nave, I'm going to flip through everybody's list. And I am going to be honest. I'm going to go with Tommy. I think Tommy's getting last place. I think Tommy's got so many things secured. Like, these sports games are coming out, but they're bad. They're not going to be good. I think Tommy needs to hold. If he wants to maximize the score, if you're listening, Tommy, you should probably save that trade for when either Hades or 33 Immortals gets a real release date outside of 2026, because I think that might happen. Probably not for Hades, but I think 33 Immortals, it's possible. And then, because I've played the game, I don't know if you guys have, and there's not a lot there. So they don't have a lot of things fleshed out just yet. And then Ghosts might get delayed as well, especially if Grand Theft Auto gets a later release date and Sony just pussies out. So I think that Tommy switching one of his games out and getting an 80 with that switch really hurt him.
Do you think he front-loaded everything?
I don't know. I think he just wanted to get rid of that delay. And I think he probably should have waited. And that 80 was just not high enough for that, especially with the scores he's going to tank. Because now he only has one trade, and he can't get rid of all three of these sports games.
Yeah.
I'm going with Tommy.
I'm with Hades 2 being confirmed coming to Switch 2, with of course Switch 2 coming in June. I'm pretty confident that Hades 2 is coming out sometime this year. Maybe not right as soon as the Switch comes out, but sometime this year. Otherwise, I feel like they would have said like they wouldn't have shown it. To be completely honest, like if it wasn't coming this
Hades
year.
1 had a really big audience on Switch as well.
Game of the year, right? So it's
it launched simultaneously on Switch and PC for its official release. So
Hades 2 was already in early access before the year started, I'm pretty sure.
It was.
Yeah, it entered early access last year, I think.
No,
it was early
Rest
last
of the Wicked
year.
was also like that.
Mm-hmm. So maybe they were just waiting for the Switch 2 to do the official release.
Yeah.
All right, Nick, you're up next. Who's losing?
Nomad, I promise I'm not punching down on you, man, but I feel like there's just so many wild cards and so many chances for delays on your list that, you could just be in a real tight spot. And I mean, you have, if I'm not mistaken, you still have both of your trades available. So you could trade for something that's going to be a banger that, games that we don't know about. Who knows? Xbox could shadow drop Perfect Dark and it could be in the 90s or something like that, which would be incredible, right? But, there's really no telling. And I feel like I think all those games are going to be really cool, but I'm just, it just makes me nervous, man.
Fair enough.
But you wish you voted for me to win now, Nomad.
That's fine. Right. I'll remember this day.
Oh, no.
So just for reference, I was going to read this before. The underdog at the very beginning, 3 of us voted Nick to lose, and now everyone unanimously voted that Nick is going to win this time.
Why did you guys think my picks were so bad, though? I'm so curious. In the beginning,
because
I voted you to first place last time.
Huh?
It's because you blindly got the Mario game that we had no idea, and then also we were less confident GTA was going to come out.
Yeah,
I remember.
What was Nick's trade? What was it before Mario Kart?
It was Pathologic 3.
Yeah. Ooh,
and that game was like in the 70s.
It was a bad one.
Yeah.
And so me, Nomad, and Thrak voted Nick, and then Aaron and Nomad voted for Nomad. No, that doesn't make sense. So it was who's left? There's someone left.
Tommy?
Me? No, Tommy wasn't there.
Oh, true.
So me and Nomad and Thrak, Aaron, Nick. That should be Nick, not Nomad. Okay, so Nick and Aaron both voted for Nomad. Okay, so now Thrak, sorry. Who do you think's getting last place?
See, I'm not going to say Nomad because I think Prime 4 is going to save him. Right, and you have the 2 trades. And I know Aaron has the 2 trades as well, but my guess is it would be Aaron's list just because I think it's a little too esoteric for what the reviewers go for. And I think a little too niche, and there's a couple games in there I'm worried about them releasing this year or not. But you do have your trades, which could very well save you. But I'm just looking at from what I see right now. Say we do this 4 months later and you have your trades and it completely changes the trajectory of it.
Yeah.
So that's just what I'm saying for right now.
Pokemon Zaza could be revolutionary, though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. It looks like the Pokemon game we've always wanted, to be fair.
Yeah.
All right, Nomad.
Yeah.
Who's losing?
Yeah, I gotta unfortunately go with you at the moment. Aaron is where I'm thinking too. For a lot of what Thrax just said too. Now, Pokemon Za, as it were. So, thankfully, it's coming on the Switch too. Because if it was the original Switch, it would be a Scarlet Violet all over again. I think, but I think that's gonna do well. But I'm looking at Slay the Spire 2. I'm thinking it's gonna go early access and never come out of it this year. Is my thought. The other games like Shadow Labyrinth, that's another great. It's a great game, but it's a little too niche. I think it's going to be a fantastic game that's not going to review as high as it probably deserves because of that. Little stuff like that. But again, you got those trades. I think you got the potential to get out of it now too. But yeah, sorry, buddy. That's where I'm at.
I think Shadow Labyrinth is destined to be a cult classic.
Mm-hmm.
There will be video essays in 8 years about the Shadow Labyrinth.
About how it's like one of the best games ever made or some shit like
Possibly.
that.
Yeah.
They should have just called it Pac-Man 3.
Right.
Pac-Man World Fever or some shit. Bring back Pac-Man World.
Dark World.
Ooh, there we go. Pac-Man on crack.
Yeah.
All right, Aaron.
Crackman. Sorry.
Your time for vengeance. Or you can be honest. Who do you think's going to get last place? Looking at everybody.
That's tough. I've been listening to everybody's.
Everyone has Achilles heels in their lists.
That is true.
We do.
It's a tie between Thrak and Nomad. I think
that
I
fucking
might go
Bonanza
with...
pick is so good though.
That might save me.
Oh wait, yeah, he swapped out Marvel for that.
Yeah, Marvel for
He has Bonanza now, but
I think
that also means he has no more trades. He's in the same boat as me.
Yeah, I'm all out. So, and I guarantee you, there's going to be a game that gets announced this year. I'm going to be pissed that I didn't save a trade for it.
Yeah, I'm going to go with
one.
I'm going to go with Thrak for this one because, I mean, Yeah, Professor Layton could be good, but I'm pretty sure the last one with his daughter, whatever the fuck, that got pretty lousy scores.
Yeah, but
Expedition
and
33
that was,
could shit the bed. You know, who's to say?
Yeah.
if
Mafia
Expedition
might?
if
Who
Expedition
knows?
33 shits the bed, I don't think I have a chance.
Like a lot of these, I personally don't have a lot of I don't know, like Revenge of the Savage Planet. Like it'll probably be good. I have faith that one will be good, but like maybe not Shantae. That might maybe flop because I don't know. It's a Game Boy Advance game coming out in 2025.
I don't think it'll flop, but it could be a game that like doesn't score super high.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but whereas with Nomad, I mean. Oh no, I guess he does have 2 trades. So yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I weighted the
And you got Prime
trades
4.
really
Prime 4
heavily.
is a big one.
yeah, that's got to be coming this. If Metroid Prime 4 does not come out this year, I'll eat my feet because I won't have hands because I'll already have eaten them. Dragon Quest 1 and 2, that's got to be this fucking year. I mean,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's this year. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with Thrak. Long story short, Thrak.
That's
I love you. I'm
In
sorry.
my head, those trades give you so much like maneuverability. And
Yeah.
I feel that the most because I've had no trades for the longest amount of time, and I'm just watching Donkey Kong and shit go by, and I'm like, oh, that looks fun.
We'll see how much regret I have when we hit December.
So first place picks, Nick got a unanimous vote, and Nick voted for Tommy. And in last place, I vote. So Tommy, Nomad, and Thrak each got 1 vote. Aaron got 2 votes, so he is the underdog now, not Nick. Before. Well, yeah, we didn't have a winner before. I want to say now, though, I am the only person to not get named in these first and last place picks. I have the most middle-of-the-road list, apparently, that everyone's like, yeah, that's not getting last, but that's not getting first.
You are the
So
best
fuck yourself.
average. Yay.
Yeah.
I think it's because you have MLB The Show at 83, and I'm like, that kind of sums you up.
Yeah,
I just also think that like I don't trust Daniel Mullins, and I also just with the alters, like it just could push. They could just push it because they can, because they're indie studio and they don't necessarily need to come out.
I bet
And No
these
Rest
3
for the
right
Wicked,
here
is that the
are
Ori
gonna be
team?
fucking
Yeah,
awesome.
Team
That is
Moon.
the Ori team,
Yeah.
and apparently it is,
that in early
incredibly
access?
good. Yes, it's in early access, and the early access
Okay.
reviews are really positive.
Okay, because whenever I hear a game is in early access, then in the back of my head, I'm like, is it actually going to ever leave it officially?
Yeah,
'Cause some games just get released there and just nothing ever
That's
happens.
really my
you know?
question.
That's my
with
fear about
Hades
Slay the
too. Like,
Spire.
it's so perplexing that the developers for Hades like really just like I don't understand why they chose to like put it out in early access other than to generate revenue for
like
development.
I don't
ongoing.
like early access in general. I think it's kind of like a gross business practice. So, yeah.
Yeah. All right. We have one more thing, and this doesn't have to be a super long one. It's who has the most fun list, and then last, at the beginning.
Fun January.
Yeah, fun January. Aaron got the most picks with 2 from Nick and Nomad. I voted for Nick. Thrak voted for Nomad, and Aaron voted for Thrak. Since you wooed Aaron, you go first. Who has the most fun list besides yourself? Can't vote for yourself.
I'm
not named in this either, by the way. So no one even thinks mine's gonna be fun. I'm not named in this one either.
This is tough, man. I mean, unironically, I think I might go with Knaves because, I mean, I've solid faith in these 3. Like, those are gonna be fucking sick. And then Judas
Dark
also,
Age is going to be fun.
yeah, and what the fuck? Split Fiction. Everybody says that's good. I haven't played fucking
It's
that
so
yet,
good.
but I think Knaves, your whole list minus MLB The Show because I don't really give a shit about sports. All the other ones look really.
I
really
hear
good.
it's like pretty good. Like that 83
That
is
is
accurate.
that's a higher score for the MLB the show games like
Yeah,
recently.
the show has always been like a consistently good like franchise for being like the yearly MLB series. It seems to do pretty well.
All right, Nomad, who you playing?
I'm still sticking with Aaron, even though I just got done saying you're going to lose this thing. I still But it goes back to the same reasons, though, too. Like, I love that a lot of games on your list are those niche type of games, like Shadow Labyrinth and what have you, right? Like, personally, I gravitate towards those kind of games, so it's very personal for me in that sense. So yeah, I would play every single one of your games, and they would resonate for me for all unique reasons. And yeah, I love your list.
Hell
Who is next? Thrak. Thrak's next.
I'm still sticking with Nomad just because he's got Prime 4, he's got Dragon Quest 1 and 2, like love those kind of games. Ninja Gaiden Ragebound looks fantastic. Chronos could be really cool, and yeah, Civ 7 didn't hit super hard, but it's still Civ at the end of the day. So it's still it's like a nice varied list of games that for the most part I would enjoy playing, but I've never played Dying Light, so I have nothing to say on that.
Parkour zombie.
Parkour.
Wait, what did you say, Thrak? Who's
Nomad.
Nomad.
I said Nomad.
Okay, I started writing it, and then for some reason, I fucking parkour made me. It literally etched a sketch in my brain because I started thinking about
buddy?
the fucking parkour.
Are you okay, Nave? You doing okay?
All right, Nick, who's got the funnest list? What are you looking at?
Genuinely, I can't pick myself, but because I do intend to play every single game on my list. But I would say Thrak, legitimately, like the Donkey Kong Bonanza pull on top of Ninja Gaiden 4, on top of Expedition 33, and eventually I'm going to get to like a Pirate Yakuza. Yeah, I'll probably dabble with South of Midnight if I hear better things about it. But, on top of that, like the Shantae pull, I fully intend on actually going back and emulating some of the earlier Shantae games to just see what it's about. I actually talked to Thrak after our first
Have you never
episode.
played the Shantae games?
No, I never got the chance to play them before. And I was asking you,
okay.
which would be a great one to start with. And you gave me a whole rundown. And I was like, I'm going to need to...
I mean, if you want to do an episode of your pod on it, have me on. We'll talk Shantae.
Hell yeah. I'd love that. But and then Professor Layton, I've never played Professor Layton either. So it's like these are
I could
gems.
give you a course on Professor Layton.
We'll have a Professor Layton Shantae collab episode, but yeah, no, it's like all of his games there, and everybody has great games, but I feel like those are like ones that are like blind spots in my specific backlog, or just games that I need to play and / games that I want to play. So I feel like it's a real fun list.
All right, and then the last but not least, is me. And fuck you guys, I'm picking my own list. I lied. There's no rules, you idiots. But for real, I think so. Last I keep wanting to say last year, but last episode, I picked Nick. But I was really torn because I wanted to pick Thrak with Expedition and Pirate Yakuza, and your two trades with Ninja Gaiden and Bonanza have pulled me across that chasm. I really want to play both of those games, so I gotta actually pick Thrax as well. So,
all right,
nice.
You voted for me for last, though.
For last? No, I voted Tommy getting last place.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, but so,
I was hoping you'd say Tommy would have the most fun list because you're like, I just really like Madden.
I just really want to play 2K so bad, but I can't play the old ones.
Way to play the victim card, Thrak.
It's good that
white fragility strikes again.
It's good that Tommy's not here because now there's odd number of people, so there's a definitive winner in each of these. So most fun list is Thrak, and then
thanks for sitting out, Tommy.
Aaron, and Nomad. Thank you, Aaron, for picking
he
my
just pops
list.
in now that you say
You're
that.
welcome. Genuinely, your list is fun, man. I'm mostly looking forward to playing
I like everybody's list. There's like games in everybody's list I want to play. So
Tony Hawk and Doom are just like and Split Fiction I already know. So it's like
yeah. Doom's gonna slap.
Judas looks fucking sweet too.
All right.
Sounds sweet. Yeah.
That's the end of the thing. I don't know how to end things, so someone else do that.
Everybody, this is the Super Pod Saga. Thank you so much for joining us.
Everyone say bye at the same time.
Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. All right, wait. All right, on the count of 3, 2, 1, go. We'll all say bye. Okay. 3, 2,
bye.
1. Bye.
Bye.
All right, bye.